to film. And that score was lopsided. East is a very, very good football. We're hoping that our guys are strong enough. We rotate enough guys throughout the game that we're fresh in that fourth quarter, as fresh as can be. But that's why you play high school sports. You don't play a couple quarters. You want a 4-quarter physical, fun football game, and I have no doubt that's what we're going to see tonight.
Let's talk about your guys. You know what? I think it's steadily the team is progressing, isn't it?
Yep.
In a good way.
Yeah, we had a lot of guys that played a year ago. Our quarterback Don Baratini played a lot of receiver last year. We moved into quarterback this year, and he's getting his feet underneath him, and we're starting to develop what our offense will look like. I don't think we're there yet, but we're starting to see, where our strengths and where our weaknesses and where we can attack. And so I'm really pleased to see that. Our special teams have come along early, which has been huge, and hopefully we can continue that as we get into these games that are going to be really tight down the road. Special teams will be huge. And then our defense, I really thought last week against Rock Springs did the best job they've done so far at flying around to the ball. We got beat over the top for that long touchdown, which we can correct, but you really can't sort of guys getting to the ball and flying around and hustling. And so I was really pleased with our defense in that regard.
Thunder Basin well-coached club. What kind of a team do they have this year?
Last year, Trevor, they threw, I think, for 450 yards on us, and one of the receivers had 20-plus catches, and they're a little bit different this year. They're more of a 60-40 run-to-pass ratio. And so we'll see a little more run game. Their quarterback is a returning starter, threw all over us last year and still throws the ball very well. He's developed more as a runner this year as well. And so he'll bring the ball down and be a threat in the run game, which is challenging, and he can still sling it. I think in the Central game last week, I think I saw him air out one over 50 yards, and he's got a strong arm, so we've got to play the deep ball and keep the receivers in front of us. But 60-40 run-pass ratio, and the trigger man definitely is their quarterback, and they've got a receiver. Last week, the Rock Springs receiver was number 1 in the state. Well, this week it's number 2 from Thunder Basin, averaging 95 yards a game. So we'll have to make sure we know where he is.
Let's talk about the big keys for success tonight as you look at the matchup.
I think one of the biggest things is that offense, and they're right behind Cheyenne East in overall offense and almost 400 yards a game. Our defense has got to really tackle well. Thunder Basin goes a lot of spread. Receivers are wide, and they try to get you vertical run game and vertical pass game. And so we're going to have to make a lot of open field tackles and secure those tackles and keep that ball in front of us. And I think the field position game, if we do that on defense and keep the ball in front of us, field position game will be huge for our offense and our defense.
And special teams, again,
absolutely.
These are the games where they need to be special, right?
Yep, that's exactly right. We always talk about special teams having 50-yard play. Every time kickoff return, punt return goes out there, it's a 50-plus yard play. You might have 1 or 2 of those on offense and defense, and those 50-yard plays swing the field position and set up your offense or defense. And so special teams got to be solid.
And it goes without saying turnovers.
Absolutely.
Winning the turnover battle.
Yep, and we've done that the last 3 weeks. We lost it in week 1 and pulled away with one. We can't do that against a good quality ball club like Thunder Basin.
Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Trevor.
Are you tired of dealing with complicated bank switches? At First Federal Bank & Trust, we understand that where you bank matters, and switching to the right bank should be a breeze. Introducing ClickSwitch, your ultimate solution to hassle-free direct deposit transfers. With ClickSwitch, we automatically move your recurring direct deposits from your old account to your new account. It's simple, safe, and takes just minutes. When you bank with First Federal, you're not just a customer, you're a valued member of the community. We take pride in living and working right alongside you, contributing to the growth of our local economy. First Federal Bank & Trust, member FDIC.
Well, this is one of those games. You can speculate all you want. We just got to play it and see what is up, because East pounded this Thunder Basin team for their only loss. The Bronx haven't seen East yet. This is test number 1 for the Sheridan Bronx as we get rolling. It's going to be a lot of fun. Stick around. We've got the ball game coming up next right here on 1410 KWYO, 1410 AM and 106.9 FM, and also our live video web stream tonight with James Timberlake. Pictures and audio next.
Is Wyoming Corporate Office your one-stop shop for everything you need for your Wyoming-based business, LLC, or corporation formulation? Yes. Service of process and mail forwarding services? Indeed. Fulfill the legal requirements for small businesses based in Wyoming? Absolutely. Wyoming Corporate Office provides the communication between your business and the state, so you don't have to. Learn more by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com today.
Have you been in to see Sheridan YO Sports Cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sports cards and memorabilia. Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards including fighting, wrestling, Pokemon, and even racing. These guys have hobby boxes for the serious collectors and packs for those getting started. Graded slabs from PSA, SGC, and if you have a big card to grade, talk to the guys to have your card submitted to PSA. Family friendly and located inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
Mobile banking is a terrific service with numerous features, and Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union has it. With the Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union mobile banking app, use your smartphone for remote deposit, transferring money, paying bills, making loan payments, and more. Take a picture of a check and deposit it into your account. Mobile banking is fantastic at Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union, 141 South Gould, member NCUA, equal housing lender.
Are you ready to turn a page on your career? McDonald's restaurants in Sheridan have an exciting opportunity. McDonald's is on the lookout for a dynamic full-time shift manager to lead the team, starting at an impressive $21 per hour. This open-to-close position, including weekends, offers stability and opportunities for advancement. This shift manager position has a starting pay of $21 per hour. Visit McHire.com to submit your application online or drop by any McDonald's location in Sheridan to pick up an application.
Dealing with bone and joint issues? Schedule a visit with Sheridan Orthopedic Associates. Their board-certified orthopedic surgeons are experts in all aspects of orthopedics, focusing on sports injuries as well as joint problems from the feet, ankles, and knees to the spine and upper extremities. After all, they've been providing the area with surgical excellence and outstanding patient care for almost 50 years. Learn more about Sheridan Orthopedic Associates online at SheridanOrtho.com.
Did you know Sheridan Motors is Sheridan's only locally owned and operated new vehicle dealership? That means when we thrive, Sheridan directly benefits. We're proud to support our hometown through sponsorships, good deeds, and excellent full-time jobs with benefits. Stop by your locally owned and operated Sheridan Motors to check out our incredible selection and find out what's coming soon. We know you have a choice when it comes to shopping for new and used cars, servicing your vehicle, and purchasing tires. On behalf of Sheridan Motors' entire team, thank you for your business.
Basin Bolts, and just kind of an interesting matchup tonight. The first time that the Bronx really are going to get tested this season. Look, nothing against Cheyenne Central, Cheyenne South, Laramie, or Rock Springs, but the Bronx played a few tomato cans. And tonight, they're looking forward to it. I think you heard it in the pregame show. Jeff Mowry saying the senior class and the starters looking forward to finally getting a chance to maybe play in the fourth quarter. So this is legit tonight. Thunder is loaded. The Bronx are going to be tested, and the players are looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun. We have actually a lot of rain in Gillette today. They played a freshman game earlier today, which was delayed by more than an hour, but the skies cleared late in the afternoon, and actually it is a perfect night for football here in Campbell County. Right now it's 58 degrees and there's no wind, and there's a couple of storms kind of milling around, but we're hoping that maybe it'll stay, it'll stay away from us. The one thing is rain's one thing. We don't want lightning. We don't want lightning delays at all. And it is just a super night right now to get this thing started. Right now the captains of both teams are meeting in the middle of the field. We're going to have the coin toss, and then we're going to get this thing going. But for the Bronx, undefeated, obviously, with the 4 victories going into Week 5 for Thunder Basin, 1 loss, and that was to Cheyenne East. And Cheyenne East, my friends, is an absolute beast because it rhymes with East, and they just pounded Thunder Basin 52-7. And it was a game that just got away from Thunder early. This is a great ball club. And the Bronx, again, for the first time this season, are going to get the test. And it looks like Thunder Basin won the toss. They deferred. The Bronx are going to get the ball to start the ball game, and that's what we like to see. See if they get a crack at returning a kick. But again, all these 4A kickers, and for that matter, you can go down in all of our leagues. The game of soccer really has helped out the kicking game. These kickers, there's not many chances of returns. And if you look at the Bronx, Ty Gilbertson does all the kicking for the Bronx. All of his kickoffs this year, only 1 has been returned. Every other kickoff's been a touchback, and it's such a great weapon. And we'll see if the Bronx get a crack at a return tonight. So we're just about ready to tee it up here in Campbell County, the Bronx and the Bolts tonight. Good crowd. A lot of folks, obviously, from Sheridan are here. The Bolts have a great contingency, and it is going to be an awesome night. Bronx are wearing their white and blue. If you're watching the video at SheridanMedia.com, you can see that. The white tops, blue pants, Thunder Basin in black. And here we go as Thunder gets ready to boot it away against the Sheridan Bronx. And again, a big thank you to the Powderhorn for sponsoring our starting lineups and also our halftime show. The Powderhorn, again, live where you play. Play where you live. It's a wonderful opportunity. And again, a big thank you to First Federal Bank and Trust for our pre- and post-game show sponsors. And, of course, Century 21 BHJ tomorrow. Our very own Kevin Coyle will have all the highlights of tonight's game live posted for you at SheridanMedia.com. And all that is brought to you by Century 21 BHJ, our great friends in downtown Sheridan. And here we go. As we get ready to boot this thing off, Dane Steele is back deep, and Cody Dunham stands with him. They'll stand right at the goal line. And doing the kicking for Thunder, he kicks, punts, and does everything for him. And that is Quinn Kaplan doing the kicking. So Kaplan ready to tee it up, and we're ready to get this thing going. Dunham and Steele stand at the 2-yard line. Let's see if we get a return here or not. And here is the kick. He booms it away. This is returnable. And it'll be Steele at the goal line, and he will give it up. No, he's going to keep it. And he'll come across the field, 20-yard line, 25, 30, breaks a tackle and swarmed under near the 32-yard line. Almost broke that one. Darn near got it. That was Dunham. Faked the give that time to Steele. That was Dunham on the carry. And again, he was about 2 steps from going the distance. It really opened up. And the Bronx will have it 1st and 10 on their own 32. Derek Berrettini, your quarterback. Taryn Grooms with him in the backfield. The Bronx spread him out. 3 wides in the set. 1st and 10 Bronx from their own 32. First play from scrimmage of the ball game. And now the Bronx play will come in from the sidelines, and now Berrettini sets his guys. Dunham in motion, wide side. And it'll be Berrettini handing it to Dunham, the jet sweep, and he gets swarmed under back inside the 30. The Bolts didn't bite on the play fake, and Dunham goes nowhere and loses about 3 yards. 2nd and 13 coming for the Bronx. It was just a lot of black jerseys that met him at the point of attack, and he had nowhere to go. So 2nd and 13 coming for the Bronx. Back inside their own 30-yard line. 4 wides in the set this time, 3 to the near side. Steele in motion into the backfield. Berrettini to throw. Looks underneath, screen pass set up to Grooms. Groomsy looking for room, gets a little bit out across the 35 to about the 38, 39-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 3, it looks like, for the Bronx coming up. They'll spot him down at the 39. And 3rd and 3 coming for the Bronx. Getting opening drive of the ball game, no score on the Reign scoreboard. This time the Bronx will bring a tight end in the ball game on 3rd and 3. Bring a man in motion. Berrettini, the quarterback, going to keep it. Smashes his way forward for a first down to the 45. And the Bronx will get a fresh set of downs. That time Dom just lowered his shoulder and got the last couple of yards. Are actually going to give him the 46-yard line. And the Bronx have a first down. So 1st and 10 and a fresh set of downs. This time 4 wides in the set. Steele will go to the far side along with Jackson Lynn. Beck Haswell will come to the near side. Dunham will go in motion. And now he'll set. And Berrettini give it off to Grooms. Up the gut. Big hole at the 40. Looking for a block at the 30. Cuts back to the sidelines, 25-20, and he's going to be driven out of bounds inside the Thunder Basin 25-yard line. First down for the Bronx. They'll spot Groomsy out of bounds near the 20. Great blocking and a great run by Taryn. Waiting for his blockers the last 10 yards of that run, just kind of setting him up. And the Bronx in business, 1st and 10 at the Thunder 20. Boy, there was a big hole there. Great credit to that old line. And now Berrettini will go under center. Quick toss into the backfield. Grooms breaks a tackle and will be knocked down inside the 10. And the Bronx will have it 1st and goal at the 9. Beck Haswell is going to have to leave and go to the sidelines. He lost his helmet. That's a rule. Your helmet comes off, you have to step out. Let's see, we have a few sprinkles. Right now it's raining here in Gillette. No lightning yet. We don't want that. First and goal, Bronx at the 9-yard line. Let's call it the 8-yard line of Thunder. Groomsy in the backfield along with Berrettini. 4 wides in the set. A triple wide receiver set to the far side. Get an opening drive of the ball game from the 8. Berrettini to Grooms up the gut. Powers near the goal line. They'll drop him at the 1. And the Bronx will have it second and goal at the 1-yard line of Thunder. Boy, that offensive line, there's some horses. There's some big dudes on that offensive front, and they are plowing the road right now for Taryn Grooms. Second and goal from the Bronx at the Thunder 1-yard line. Well, there's not much of a mystery right here with this set. They're going heavy. Give it to Grooms. Lowers his head, and he's in for the score, I believe. Yeah, he's in. Touchdown Bronx. Taryn Grooms from a yard out gets the Bronx on the board as they score on their opening drive of the ball game with 8:38 to go in the first quarter. And again, Taryn Grooms gets the 1-yard run. And now it'll be Ty Gilbertson. Gilby will come out for the point after. And the kick is up, and it is good with 8:38 to go in the opening quarter. On the range scoreboard, it's Sheridan 7, Thunder Basin nothing. The Bolts get the ball for the first time. When we come back, you're listening to the Bronx on 1410 KWY and 106.9 FM. And our live video web stream, SheridanMedia.com.
Did you know Sheridan Motors is Sheridan's only locally owned and operated new vehicle dealership? That means when we thrive, Sheridan directly benefits. We're proud to support our hometown through sponsorships, good deeds, and excellent full-time jobs with benefits. Stop by your locally owned and operated Sheridan Motors to check out our incredible selection and find out what's coming soon. We know you have a choice when it comes to shopping for new and used cars, servicing your vehicle, and purchasing tires. On behalf of Sheridan Motors' entire team, thank you for your business.
Hi, I'm County Commissioner Christy Haswell, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
68 yards for the touchdown. Now Ty Gilbertson will kick it off for the Bronx. And one pass, most of that was done on the ground. Taryn Grooms doing the damage, getting the 1-yard touchdown run at the end. 7-0 Bronx. And now we're going to see Thunder. This is a high-powered offense. Alonzo Aguiar, their quarterback, can really sling it. They've got great running backs and great wide receivers. And we're going to get a chance to see these cats right now. Back deep to receive. The returns of Vila and Rose back deep. Here's the kick from Gilby. It's a low-line drive. Will bounce. It's going to be returnable at the 5-yard line. Aguiar will bring it out, and he'll cross the 20, 25. Break a couple of tackles, driven out of bounds near the 30. And Thunder Basin will have decent field position to start their first drive of the ball game right at their own 30-yard line. In Alonzo Aguiar, the quarterback, P.J. Hatzenbuehler, running back. We'll also see Hudson and Black in there, and a great stable of wide receivers. Landon Scalise right now leads the state in 4A in receiving yards per game, 1 yard better than Dane Steele, by the way, in the stats. So first and 10 for Thunder at their own 30. 7-0 Bronx on the range scoreboard here in the first quarter. Aguiar brings his guys to the line of scrimmage. Again, it can look like a lot like the Bronx. A couple of wides in the set and a tight end. Aguiar, give it to Hatzenbuehler. Around the corner he goes, and he'll have a first down near the 40-yard line of Thunder. Went to the short side of the field, just lowered his shoulder. And Hatzenbuehler with the first down for Thunder at their own 40. And now Thunder comes out swinging. The Bronx again with their first drive and quickly to the line of scrimmage. 4 wides in the set this time for Thunder. Hatzenbuehler in the backfield. Bronx jump off sides. Beck Haswell got caught. That'll cost the Bronx 5. Beck jumped, and they'll move it 5, so first and 5 for Thunder at their own 45-yard line. Beck from his defensive end spot got a little jumpy there, so first and 5 for Thunder. Aguiar, Hatzenbuehler up the gut, And he's going to pick up, well, he got about maybe 3. And 2nd and 2 coming for Thunder at their own 48. So the Bronx score first. That was an impressive drive, and Thunder now on the move as the rain continues to fall. It's light rain, though. And the give to Hatzenbuehler on the left side. He gets stone dead, and he will not have the first down short of midfield as the Bronx stone him at the 49 and drive him back. 3rd and short coming. That's like running, if you ever think about it, analogy-wise, run into a brick wall. That time he hit a brick wall and was driven back. So 3rd and short for Thunder. Aguiar takes the snap. Hatzenbuehler up the gut, first down and more. He'll get into the secondary and be dropped just shy of the Bronx 40. So 1st and 10 for Thunder at the Bronx 41, and the drive continues. Yeah, the evening started, a half an hour before the game. It was a beautiful evening. Now the rain drizzling on us a little bit. 1st and 10 Thunder at the Bronx 41. And Aguiar to throw to the outside. Got a man, and it is going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was Scalise. The ball a little low, so they'll go incomplete. Couldn't come up with it. 2nd and 10 coming. So 2nd and 10 Thunder at the Sheridan 41. Just under 7 minutes to go. Clock running. First quarter. Aguiar, Hatzenbuehler, nothing. Maybe the line of scrimmage, and that'll be it. The Bronx really were all over that. And now 3rd and 10 coming. Well, the Thunder's at the Bronx 41-yard line. Depends on what they get here. I can't imagine they'll punt unless something bad happens here. But this is a team that plays on the front foot. Aguiar takes a snap, going to throw, has time. Now he's flushed out of the pocket, running left. Wants to run. He's in trouble and just threw it away. The Bronx were all over him. My goodness. Great closing speed from Jackson Lynn. Wow, Aguiar thought he had room to throw and run, and Jackson Lynn was all over him, and it looks like Thunder's going to bring the punt team on 4th and 10, and they will. Wow. Jackson Lynn, great closing speed. I think Aguiar even was surprised that he got there so fast. The Bronx don't believe they're going to punt it. They're only going to send Dane Steele back to receive this. You want to play it heads up. It's Landon Kaplan to punt it. And they will kick. And will they kick it? He does kick it late. And this one's going to fly into the end zone. The Bronx will have it at the 20. He kind of rolled out with that rugby-style kick and just launched that into the end zone. And the Bronx defense holds after a promising drive by Thunder. And it'll be the Bronx ball in their own 20. So the Bronx lead 7-0 here in the first quarter as they force a punt. 6:14 to play on the range scoreboard. And Berrettini brings his guys back out. Taryn Groom's in there at the running back spot. 1st and 10 Bronx on their own 20. With a 7-0 lead midway through the first quarter. High snap, Berrettini hauls it in. We'll give it to Grooms, trying to bounce to the outside. Does, and then tripped up. He almost got away with it. Defender just trips him up. And he had blockers in front of him, including Berrettini, the quarterback, leading the way. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8 coming for the Bronx at their own 22. Darn, that was close from being a big play. Real big. Now the Bronx goes set. This time we'll have 4 wide receivers set. Groom still in the backfield with Berrettini on 2nd and 8. Brings Steele in motion to the near side. Taryn gets the give to the short side. They're all over him, and he'll lose a bundle. Back inside the 20. A loss of about 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 13 for the Bronx. Thunder all over that play. And Grooms had nowhere to go. The ball back to the Bronx 18-yard line. So 3rd and 13 coming. 7-12. With under 6 minutes to go, clock running, first quarter. 7-0 Bronx. And here's your 3rd and 12 play coming from the 18-yard line. Steele will go in motion to the far side. Now he'll set Berrettini to throw. Looks to the outside, got a man, caught, and it's going to be short of the first down. So the Bronx will punt here. It looks like it'll be 4th and about 5, and the punt team will come out. This will be the first time the Bronx have punted since the first game of the season, and this is week 5. The Bronx have not had a punting unit out on the field in a month, and it will be Ty Gilbertson to punt it away. And Avila is back deep to receive the kick. So 4th and 5 for the Bronx from their own 25. And a whistle and a timeout has been called by Thunder. We'll get a timeout as well. Bronx leads 7-0 on the range scoreboard. You're listening to the Bronx on 1410 KWY, 106.9 FM, and our live video web stream, SheridanMedia.com.
The law offices of Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing has offices in Sheridan and Casper, ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. Michael Lansing, Nicole Soto, and Wade McCool provide competent local legal counsel focused on small businesses, real estate transactions, guardianships, employee protections, and personal injury. Michael, Nicole, and Wade will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights 24/7. Proud to support all local youth activities.
Hi, this is Ken Balkendish with Prime Rate Motors and Super Trailer Store, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back. They've got 10 men on line. And they've got Avila back to receive this punt. Now let's see what they decide to do here. Good clean snap. Punt is away, and it's a short punt. A wobbler, not returnable. Thunder's going to have great field position. They're going to be close to midfield, if not inside Bronx territory. Let's see where they spot it. It'll be at the Thunder 49, and we want to let you know the Powderhorn is the sponsor of our starting lineups for the ball game, both offensive and defensive. And remember, the Powderhorn, play where you live. And big thanks to the Powderhorn for our sponsorship. On their own 49-yard line, as that punt was kind of, and frankly, again, the Bronx haven't punted in a month. And Aguiar ready to go. Hatzenbuehler in the backfield with him. Aguiar rolling, going to throw, and it's incomplete. Intended receiver was Antonio Avila off his fingertips, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Avila's got a cannon of an arm. You heard that in the pregame show. He can launch it deep, but again, on a rainy night, ball can get a little slick. So maybe the short passing game more for Thunder so far. 7-0 Bronx, late first quarter, 4 minutes to play in the first on the range scoreboard. Runs a little option pitch to Hatzenbuehler this time. He'll lower his shoulder and be knocked out of bounds, and that'll be in Bronx territory. Will be shy of a first down. Looks like it'll be 3rd and short, depending on the spot. Looks like it'll be 3rd and about a yard from the Bronx 42. So 3rd and short coming for Thunder. Little option pitch there that time. Little different wrinkle from Thunder. And now the Bolts will set 3 wides to the far side, 1 to the near side. That's Scalise to the near side. He's their number 1 receiver. The Bronx are manned up on 3rd and short. See if they take a shot. And it'll be Aguiar, the quarterback, to run it. He'll have the first down inside the Bronx 40 to about the 38 yard line. And a fresh set of downs for Thunder. So both teams have punted. The Bronx scored on their opening possession. That's where we stand right now, with the clock running at 3:40 to play in the opening quarter. 1st and 10, Thunder at the Sheridan 38. Empty backfield this time with 5 wides in the set for Aguiar. And he's going to drop to throw, looking deep, launches it down the middle, got a man, picked off! And the Bronx will bring it back the other way. It's Dane Steele at midfield. He's got blockers at the 40, 35-30, at the 20, 10, 5, touchdown! Dane Steele on the pick. That's going to go darn near 80 yards. We'll have to watch the replay on that to see how far it actually was. But Steele saw it coming. Face, picked it off, had blockers, and it was over. With that kind of speed and blockers with you, Dane took it the distance with 3:15 left in the first half. Dane Steele gets the pick six. Wow. Steele saw that ball coming the whole way. And right at that last second, he stepped right in front of the receiver, and he was off to the races. And he had plenty of blockers in front of him, and it was just a matter of time before he got there. And now Ty Gilbertson out for the point after. The only thing I did see from the Thunder Basin sideline, I saw a clipboard get thrown from one of the coaches, but Steele played that like a veteran high school player. And he'll hold the kick here. It's no good. It was a bad snap. So the PAT is no good. Bronx 13, Thunder Basin nothing. You're listening to the Bronx on 1410 KWY, 106.9 FM, and our live video web stream at SheridanMedia.com.
Need screen printed or embroidered items? Well, whatever you need, Kilpatrick Creations is the go-to local company for these types of items. If it's screen printed or stitched, we are the ones to help you. Give us a call first. We're here to help you and want to help you with your imprinted garment or accessory needs. We've been in the business and serving Sheridan County for over 20 years. We have the experience, talent, and selection of goods that allows us to help you promote your business, club, or event in the best, most affordable way possible. Come see Kilpatrick Creations for all your screen printed or embroidered needs.
Hi, this is Jeff Tomlinson with Stifel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
They throw the first big punch, and again, Dane Steele played that like a veteran. He stepped right in front of the receiver, saw that coming the whole way. And with that kind of speed and the blockers in front of him, they were not going to get him. And with 3:15 to play in the first quarter, the Bronx lead at 13-0. And that's just a gut punch right there to Thunder. They had great field position after making the Bronx punt. They're on the move, and all of a sudden you give up another score. And now Ty Gilbertson to boot it away. High boomer, not returnable, I don't believe. Yep, out of the back of the end zone. And Thunder will have it on their own 20 to start their next drive. 13-0 Bronx on the range scoreboard with 3:15 to play in the first quarter. So right now the Bronx living right. Just that missed extra point. You don't want to be chasing extra points, but hopefully they can make up for that as we move along through the day or through the evening. So 1st and 10 Thunder from their own 20. The rain has subsided here at Thunder, here in Gillette. Still kind of a light misty rain. So the temperature's super. Aguiar with a deep back of Hatzenbuehler, and he will give it to Hatzenbuehler up the gut. Decent hole, and he'll be dropped at the 26-yard line, gain of 6. Well, I might give him 7. Gain of 7 on first down, 2nd and 3 coming as they give him the 27-yard line. Nothing fancy right there. But boy, the Sheridan Bronx with a lot of special teams touchdowns and another pick 6. I think that's the 3rd or 4th of the season for the Bronx. And this time it came from Dane Steele. 13-0 Bronx on the range scoreboard. 2nd and 3 for Thunder at their own 27. Hatzenbuehler again hit immediately and dropped. The Bronx all over that play. It was Alex Haswell. Came from his defensive end spot and just ate him up. In a loss of a couple on the play, they're going to move the ball back to the 26-yard line, a loss of a yard or 2. Then we'll give a loss of 1 on the play. 3rd and 4 coming for Thunder. Great play by Alex as he came from the backside to swarm him under. Open backfield, 5 wides in the set for Thunder. Aguiar to throw. Looks to the outside. Got a man. It's going to be caught by Scalise, and he will have the first down. Out near the 34-yard line. Just got enough in that short passing game, and the drive will stay alive for Thunder Basin. Again, 13-0 Bronx, late first quarter. Under 2 minutes to go, clock running on the range scoreboard. 13-0 Bronx. First and 10, Thunder from their own 34. Boy, is it just me or is this first quarter taking forever? Maybe it's the rain. So, from the 34-yard line on first down for Thunder, Aguiar, Hatzenbuehler up the gut, big hole. He'll be close to another first down right up the middle. Nothing fancy there. They said they're going to give him 9 yards. Second and short for Thunder at their own 43-yard line. The Bronx, by the way, in that pick six from Dane Steele, the Bronx in the statistics have the number 1 pass defense in 4A. 5 wides in the set. Aguiar by himself in the backfield on second and short. Let's see if they take a shot. Hatzenbuehler in motion. Quarterback going to keep it. Aguiar will have the first down and going to be dropped shy of midfield. And a fresh set of downs for Thunder just shy of their own 49-yard line. This Aguiar's big kid. He's a load for a quarterback. Got a great arm, but runs pretty well for a big guy. First and 10, Thunder. They're going to actually spot him at the Thunder 48, first and 10. Scalise in motion. Hatzenbuehler up the middle, gets hit, and fights for yardage forward. He's going to do okay as he crosses into Bronx territory near the Sheridan 47. And a gain of 5 on the play, second and 5 coming for Thunder. And now the Bolts on the move again. The last time they were moving, an errant pass cost them a touchdown on the pick six. And now the Bolts moving again on the scoreboard. We're going to run out of time, it looks like. And that was going to end the first quarter of play. When we come back, second and 5 for Thunder Basin. After 1 on the range scoreboard, it's the Sheridan Bronx 13, Thunder Basin nothing. You're listening to the Bronx on 1410 KWY on 106.9 FM.
Wherever you are, you'll find a branch of Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. And here's why. If you have a Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union account and a smartphone or other mobile device, visit SheridanCreditUnion.com. Download the free app, and your smart device becomes an internet mobile banking device with all kinds of banking features. So, regardless of your location, Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union is in the palm of your hand. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
If you have employees coming to stay for an extended time in Sheridan, make them feel at home with a room at the Candlewood Suites. These extended stay rooms feature fully equipped kitchens, including a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding view of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll have more than just a room. They'll feel right at home. Call 307-675-2100.
Hello, this is Benton Johnson with Sheridan Motor, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And Aguiar on the jet sweep to Scalise, and not much. And I think maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be it. 3rd and 5 coming for Thunder. Bronx did a nice job of stringing that out, and Scalise could not turn upfield. And now 3rd and 5 for Thunder Basin from the Bronx 47. Again, we've headed to the second quarter. 13-0 Bronx on the range scoreboard. They'll empty the backfield. 5 wides in the set for Aguiar, and 3rd and 5 from the Bronx 47. Looks like the Bronx are going to play him straight up. Stay with the coverage. Here comes the rush. Aguiar flushed out of the pocket, in trouble. Haswell's got a shot at him. They drop him. It'll be 4th and 4 coming as they drop him. It will not be a sack, but he was flushed out of the pocket. And now decision time for Thunder. I think they're going to go for it here. It'll be 4th and 3, and the punt unit is going to come on the field. You know, sometimes it's a 13-0 ball game. You got to play. I mean, there's a lot of things on the line tonight. Sometimes you got to play it straight up. Let's see if this thing's going to be returnable. Dane Steele will stand at his 10-yard line as Kaplan will get ready to punt it away on 4th and 4. Good clean snap, and the punt is away. And it's going to be returnable. Steele, 20, 25, tripped up, and he'll be dropped at the 27. Had some room, but the Bronx will get another stop. Another promising drive for Thunder goes by the wayside. Again, just underway, second quarter. Bronx lead 13-0. The Bronx defense holds again. Empty backfield this time. Berrettini by himself in the backfield. 1st and 10 for the Bronx on their own 28. 4 wides in the set plus a tight end. Let's see if we get a switch here. The play comes into the sidelines. Nope. Still 4 wides and a tight end. Man in motion near side. And the give is going to go to Steele. And not a whole lot there. Maybe across the 30 to the 31. Maybe a 3-yard gain. Let's see. Ran that jet sweep to the short side of the field to Dane. And there wasn't a whole lot there. Penalty flag down at the 30. And this is going to cost the Bronx 10. Holding is coming. First penalty of the ball game is going to go against the Bronx. A spot foul from the 30. They'll move the ball back to the 20. And it's going to be first. They're going to move it to the 19-yard line. So it'll still be a Bronx first down from their own 19-yard line. And they need the 38. So 1st and 19 for the Bronx after the holding call. Groomsy in the backfield with Berrettini. High snap, give it to Grooms. Running short side, cuts back, and they'll stop him just shy of the 25-yard line. So 2nd and about 13. They're going to spot him right at the 25. So 2nd and 13 now coming. Grooms will leave the field. And the Bronx will empty the backfield. 5 wides in the set on 2nd and 13. And Berrettini all by himself in the backfield. Going to drop to throw, looking. Has time, flush to the right side. Going to try to run, in trouble. Will keep it, and he turns the corner, and actually is going to have good yardage out near the 35-yard line. Nice run by Dominic. They're going to spot him, it looks like, at about the 33-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 5, but he had a linebacker tracking him down, and he beat him to the corner. So 3rd and 5 coming for the Bronx from their own 33. Just shy of the 34. 9:31 to play in the half. Bronx lead 13-0. Empty backfield again. Now Berrettini's going to step up and go under center. Quick toss to Grooms. Running right. Not a whole lot there, but he's going to fight for yardage and have the first down across the 40. That's just a gutty run right there by Taryn Grooms. Plenty of blockers in front of him. He just lowered his head and blasted his way through to the 41. And Grooms, he gets it done. 1st and 10 Bronx. They overcome the 1st and 19. 1st and 10 now at their own 41. Great blocking and a great run by Taryn. From the 41 on 1st and 10. Dominic has his guys ready to go again. Steele will come in motion near side. High snap, haul it in, give it to Grooms. Big hole, he's going to get about 6 or 7 before he's stripped up. Let's see where they spot it. And they're going to actually spot him. They're going to say he was down at the 45-yard line, so only got 3 yards. So 2nd and 7 coming. Let's call it 2nd and 6, gain of 4. Now in the backfield, Naidi Gary is the running back. Groomsy will get a rest. So Gary in the backfield. Berrettini to throw. Over the middle. Got a man. It's going to be caught. It's Dane Steele. Breaks the tackle to the 35-25 and down inside the Thunder 20. Actually, they'll spot him down near the Thunder 23. Great throw by Dominic. On the button to Dane Steele. What a great throw. A lot of traffic out there, and he just stepped into that and let it rip. 1st and 10 Bronx at the 23-yard line of Thunder. 8:20 to play, clock running. First half, Bronx lead 13-0 on the range scoreboard. Aguirre stays in the backfield with Berrettini. Dominic's going to go under center. with 4 wides in the set. Quick toss, short side of the field to Geary. And there's not much there. Maybe got a yard or two, and maybe not much. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. And they're going to say no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 coming for the Bronx. Thunder did a good job of snuffing that one out. And now the Bronx will bring in a tight end. Empty the backfield. Berrettini all by himself in the backfield. Boy, the speed guys are to the near side, the big dudes on the receiving core to the far side. And we're going to blow this thing dead right at the snap. Bronx are going to call a timeout. We'll get one as well. Bronx on the move. They lead 13-0 on the Range scoreboard. You're listening to the Bronx on KWYO 1410 AM and 106.9 FM.
Have you been in to see Sheridan Sports Cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sports cards and memorabilia. Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards including fighting, wrestling, Pokemon, and even racing. These guys have hobby boxes for the serious collectors and packs for those getting started. Graded slabs from PSA, SGC, and if you have a big card to grade, talk to the guys to have your card submitted to PSA. Family friendly and located inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
It's called the timeout to talk it over. And I just have this feeling, and we talked to Jeff Mowry in the postgame show, sometimes coaches look out there, they don't like what they see. And they call the quick timeout, so the Bronx will come back out. 2nd and 10. 10 inside the Thunder 25. Empty backfield for Dominic Berrettini. Again, all the speed guys in the wide receiver core to the near side, the big dudes to the far side. Berrettini to throw, has time. Looking, still looking, now flush left. Going to run, and he's going to be dropped for he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll be it. And that'll bring up 3rd down. Looking to be 3rd and 11 at the 25-yard line of Thunder. Good coverage downfield by Thunder Basin. And Tom had nowhere to go. Tried to run. They got him. And it'll be 3rd and 11 from the Thunder 25. So it's 2-down territory from the Bronx unless they get to the point where they might want to try a field goal. 13-0 Bronx. Again, late first half. Berrettini ready to go. He's got Nahida Gary in there. Fakes the give. Going to throw. Got a man. It's going to be caught. And it's Dane Steele. Makes a move, and he's in for the score. Another touchdown. Great move by Dane right around the 5-yard line, and he is in. 6:40 to play in the half, and the Bronx are in the end zone again. That one's going to cover 25 yards. Dane did a great spin move as he caught it and spun to the outside, and it was forget about it after that. And now the Bronx will just go for the extra point, even though they missed one, the last one. And Ty Gilbertson on for the point after. Not his fault on that last miss, just kind of a bad snap and exchange. And now Ty ready to go. Dane Steele does the holding. Good clean snap, kick away, kick right down the middle. Good with 6:40 to play in the first half on the Range scoreboard. It's Sheridan 20, Thunder Basin nothing. You're listening to the Bronx on 1410 KWYO, 106.9 FM, and our live video web stream at SheridanMedia.com.
You know what they say, if you're not first, you're last. For all your plumbing demands, choose A-Plus Plumbers and Appliance Repair. Commercial, residential, new construction, remodel jobs, and all repairs in between. A-Plus Plumbers and Appliance Repair, because they are number 1 in the number 2 business. Call 672-9454. That's 672-9454.
First Federal Bank and Trust would like to recognize this week's winner of $1,000 in cash and a $1,000 marketing donation match from Sheridan Media. As part of their community commitment, the Sheridan County Chamber of Commerce is receiving these funds for random drawing.
We're giving $1,000 away every week to a qualified...
And welcome back, everybody. As
Todd Gilbertson ready to boot it away. 20-0 Bronx. And a great hookup between Dominic Berrettini and Dane Steele. Again, Dane made the great catch, a good throw. But again, Dane made a great move. And here's the kip by Gilbertson. This is going to be returnable. Avila at the 10, 15, 20, 25 tripped up near the 28. And that's where Thunder will start off their next drive. So Thunder Basin will have it 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line, just shy of the 30. But the Bronx, again, have cashed in. Got the touchdown run from Taryn Grooms. Dane Steele then went 80 yards on the pick 6. And then Berrettini to Dane again. This was a 25-yard hookup on the passes. And now Thunder 1st and 10 from their own 29. Aguiar to throw. Has time. Down the middle. Got a man that's going to be caught by the tight end. And a first down and more. And a great open field tackle. That was Dane Steele cutting the man down. It'll be a first down for Thunder. On the catch that time for the Bolts. Came from the tight end spot. And that was Avila. 1st and 10 Thunder at their own 42. Aguiar ready to go. Hatzenbuehler in the backfield with him. Fakes the give. Going to throw over the middle again. This one up high. Tipped and incomplete. I think the defender that time for the Bronx underneath the formation as the ball came in was Breck Reed. And Breck got a piece of that ball, I think, just before it arrived to the receiver. And it was Dane Steele back there deep as well. Had a shot at it to pick it off. 2nd and 10 for Thunder. So 2nd and 10 for Thunder. And one man in motion far side, Aguiar. To give to Hatzenbuehler, nothing. And maybe got a yard. 3rd down coming. So nothing doing there. I'm going to give him a yard. So 3rd and 9 for Thunder at their own 43. So 3rd and 9 coming. Aguiar by himself. Going to roll to his left to throw. On the run does. Incomplete. They'll punt. Bad throw. A little bit of pressure. Pass was high. And they'll send the punt team out. The Bronx defense holds again. And now it will be Dunham and Steele to return this punt. Don't go anywhere. We got a shot here. Dunham and Steele will stand at their own 20. And let's see what Kaplan can do with this punt as the Bronx defense stays stout. Leading at 20-0 here in the 2nd quarter on the Range scoreboard. Snap is high. Rugby kick coming. Launches it. And probably not returnable. And it is not. Flag flies. I don't know if there was a cheap shot. Now the ball's loose. They're going to blow it dead near the 30. Thunder says we got the ball. Officials are like, no, you don't. But a flag came in as the ball was on the ground. I'm not sure what this hit's going to be. If it's a personal foul, I think one of the Thunder players lit one of the Bronx up. Maybe on a backside hit or something. Because one of the Bronx just went, you know what, over tea kettle. Let's see what the call is. They've got the ball spotted right now at the 32-yard line. The Bronx leading it 20-0 with 5:23 to play in the half. Let's see what the officials have for us. It was kind of a weird way for the flag to throw because nobody had their hands on the ball. And there was just a bunch of players around it. And there was a collision. Here's the call from our personal. Holding Bronx. You know what the Bronx are going to do? That's okay. We have the ball. We lead 20-0. Just give it to us wherever. We're going to go back to work. So Naida Geary in the ball game right now at the running back spot for the Bronx. Also back there with him, Kelton Crow back there. with Berrettini. They're going to mark the ball back to the Bronx 22 after the penalty. Again, late first half, Bronx lead 20-0. Dom sets his guys, and Aguirre's going to stay in the backfield with him. They're going to split Crow into a blocking position on the left-hand side. Berrettini, give it to Aguirre, up the gut. Oh, and he breaks it. Look out, 30. Cuts back 35-40. Still on his feet and dropped at the 44-yard line. Oh, and a great run. What a hole. Over that left side of the defense, right side, of that offensive front. Boy, did they blow a hole open for Aguirre. And they're going to say Naeem touched the ball and dropped down to 42. They blew it wide open. 1st and 10 Bronx from their own 42. Berrettini this time up the gut, breaks it to the outside, first down to bar. Look out! He's got a chance to go! Touchdown, Dominic Berrettini! Flag down at the 49-yard line. It's coming back. Dang! What a great run. Berrettini just went 57 yards, and it's coming back. One of those darn yellow flags. I have a lot of referee friends. Keep those damn flags in your pocket. So that'll cost the Bronx 6. What a run, though, by Dominic. So that one's coming back. It's going to cost the Bronx 10. They're going to call holding. Maybe that's the reason why he got so wide open on the run, too. Bronx right back to the line of scrimmage. 1st and about 13 from their own 39. Right now, Dane Steele is at the quarterback spot. Aguirre is in the backfield with him, so Berrettini is on the sidelines right now. So Dane Steele will be the quarterback on this play. On 1st and 13, and we'll give it to Naeem. Running left, cuts back, nice move, and he'll cross the 45 to about the 46, and that'll bring up 2nd and about 6 for the Bronx. That's about the 3rd or 4th time. You just hate that when you score a touchdown and it gets called back. That's like maybe the 3rd, 4th, or 5th time that's happened in the Bronx, but they lead 20-0 here late first half, 4.5 to go in the half, 20-0 Bronx on the Range scoreboard. 2nd and 6 coming from their own 46. And Steele will stay in there at the quarterback spot. Out of the gun. This time the give will go to Taryn Grooms. Up the middle and maybe to midfield before he's driven back. And they're going to give Taryn the 49-yard line, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 3 for the Bronx. Again, with a 20-point lead, keep it on the ground, keep eating that clock up. Berrettini will jog back onto the field. Grooms will leave. And Aguirre will stay in the ball game at the running back spot with Berrettini in the backfield. 3rd and 3 for the Bronx from their own 49. With a 20-0 lead late first half on the Range scoreboard. Aguirre lines up to the right of Berrettini. Dom gives it to him. Little room, cuts back and lowers his head, and I think that Naeem got the first down. It's really close, but depending on the spot, it looks like he's got it. Maybe by about a half yard. Our referee will take a look at it. I think he's got it, though, at the Thunder 48. First down, Bronx. Yep. Didn't take our referee long to take a look at it, and the Bronx get a fresh set of downs. 3:27 to go, first half clock running. The Bronx pitching a shutout so far. 20-0 Sheridan. Aguirre and Grooms in the backfield right now with Berrettini, and they're going to split Aguirre as a slot receiver to the left side. 1st and 10. And it goes to Grooms. He bounces off one, bounces off another, and is near another first down. What a run. And last Sunday, the Sheridan Lady Bronc golfers got a ride on the Sheridan fire trucks after their state championship win. And Taryn's dad, Larry, was there driving the truck. Loved to drive that truck. It was great to see Larry again. 2nd and short for the Bronx. Berrettini going to keep it. Direct snap, he'll have plenty for the first down. And the Bronx will move the sticks near the 32-yard line of Thunder. But last week, the Lady Bronx won the state golf championship in the Sheridan Fire Department. loaded them up on the fire trucks and drove them up in a caravan to Sheridan High School. And the first person I saw was Larry Grooms. And if you're new to Sheridan, if you're old to Sheridan, Groomsy was a quarterback for a state championship win in 1995. I'll remind Larry how old he is. And now his son's playing. 1st and 10 Bronx. And it's going to be Berrettini up the gut. Lowers his head, breaks a tackle, lowers his head again. Will take it near the 22-yard line, and the Bronx will have another first down. Bronx moving the ball again. They lead 20-0. 2:08 to play. Clock running first half. And the Bronx have been really methodical tonight, running the football. Again, they've picked their spots, throwing it. But again, they had the big defensive touchdown as well as Dane Steele had the pick 6. Bronx looking for more now. 1st and 10 from the Thunder 23. Geary gets the give, not a whole lot, maybe a yard. Late flag flies from the referee in the backfield right as Aguirre went down, and the flag came out. And the Bronx react to it's against them. So probably holding, and that'll cost the Bronx 10. That's okay. Bronx still have the big play offense. No worries, it's still first down. Late first half, under 2 to go. Both teams have all their timeouts left, so it's still first and about 19, we'll call it. For the Bronx, they'll spot the ball to Thunder 32. Berrettini will roll out to his right to throw. Looks, and now we'll keep it and run. And he's going to have great yardage as he's going to be driven out of bounds near the 22-yard line of Thunder. And that'll bring up 2nd and about 5 or 6, depending on the actual spot. They're going to actually give him the 21-yard line. So 2nd and 8 coming for the Bronx. As they say, Berrettini stepped out of bounds. Bronx quickly back into at the line of scrimmage. Taryn Grooms has come back into the running back spot. He's lined up right now to the right of Berrettini. Bronx lead at 20-0. Minute and a half to go in the half. And now Groomsy will go to the left. Berrettini to throw. Pumps once. Looking deep. And he's got a man. Caught! Touchdown! Right down the middle. Great pump fake, and it's Jackson Lynn with the catch, and the Bronx score again. Oh, what a great pump fake. Berrettini gave a pump fake, and it was Jackson Lynn wide open in the back of the end zone. What a great pump fake and great throw. And the Bronx will extend the lead. Wow. With 1:26 to play in the half. Gilbertson on for the point after. That was such a great pump fake. For once, I didn't bite on the fake. I thought he was going to the outside, and Berrettini did a great job looking down the middle. And the extra point is up, and it is good. So the PAT is good on the range scoreboard with 1:26 to play in the half. On the range scoreboard is Sheridan 27, Thunder Basin nothing. You're listening to the Bronx on 1410 KWYO, 106.9 FM, and our live video web stream, SheridanMedia.com.
You know what they say, if you're not first, you're last. For all your plumbing demands, choose A+ Plumbers and Appliance Repair. Commercial, residential, new construction, remodel jobs, and all repairs in between. A+ Plumbers and Appliance Repair, because they are number one in a number two business. Call 672-9454. That's 672-9454.
This is Jamie Barkell with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Well, that's just stunning. I mean, the Bronx under the gun here. Thunder Basin, by the way, in talking with our coaches and just kind of the flavor I get when I come to Thunder, because I have a lot of friends here at Thunder Basin that coach, and Rory Williams, who is the basketball coach here at Thunder Basin. I'm going to talk a little bit more before James Timberlake takes over at halftime about Kyler Mines and the issue that Kyler's been going through with the brain injury down in Denver. And I want to let you know that the Thunder Basin people are all over it tonight. The 50-50 drawing in the stadium is going to Kyler and his family. Here's the kick by Gilby. and it'll be out of the back of the end zone. So the 50-50 tonight at Thunder Basin High School is going to Kyler Mines and his family. They have a sign posted with his number 35. And I was talking to Jeff Mowry before the game, and he said that every single, and a lot of football programs, all the 4As, and even some others like Cody and Evanston have chimed in, all supporting Kyler. And I want to talk about more of that before James takes over at halftime. But, we live in a small state, and a lot of these coaches know each other, and we know the players. And they got number 35 posted here in the stadium tonight. And that's very special to see that we can have a rivalry football game, but everyone in Gillette at the stadium knows the big picture. And I'll bet you 50-50 is huge tonight. 1st and 10 for the Bolts on their own 20. Late first half, Bronx lead 27-0 on the range scoreboard. Aguiar to throw. Looking. Flushed. Now he'll unload it. Incomplete. Threw it away. Actually, was that thing caught or not? They're going to say it was caught? Wow. Nice catch out there by Scalise. That'll be a first down for Thunder. At their own 32. That ball looked like it was destined for the grandstands. And it was snagged. 1st and 10 for Thunder. Aguiar this time will roll left. Bouncing outside. Going to throw it on the run. Threw it away. That time he threw it away. Beck Haswell all over him. So Beck forces him to throw it away with 1:15 to go in the half. Again, both teams with all their timeouts left. 27-0 Bronx right now on the range scoreboard. The Bronx have been very methodical tonight. They did have the big play with Dane Steele returning the interception for a touchdown, but other than that, the Bronx have just really kept it close to the vest. They did have the big pass play, I guess, to Dane Steele as well. Aguiar again to throw. Bronx bring the heat. He gets hit, unloads it underneath, got a screen pass to Hatzenbuehler. He's got room, and we'll have a first down out across the 40. We'll see if the Thunder burns a timeout here or not. So they'll set the ball at the Thunder 42. No timeout yet. And the clock will continue to run. 1:05 to play in the half. Clock running. They don't burn a timeout. 1st and 10 Thunder from their own 42. Aguiar to throw. Underneath, got a man. It's going to be caught by Scalise, and he will be dropped after picking up about 5. And now Thunder is going to burn. They got to burn a timeout now as he was kept in bounds. And they will not. Clock continues to run. 40 seconds to play in the half. They go no huddle again. Aguiar to the line of scrimmage. Hatzenbuehler in the backfield with him. Aguiar to throw. Pumps once. Still going to throw it to the outside, and it is going to be caught at the Bronx 48. That'll stop the clock momentarily with a half minute to go in the half, with the Bronx leading 27-0 on the range scoreboard. 1st and 10 for Thunder at the Bronx 47. At some point, Thunder's got to take a shot. Why not do it here on first down? Take a shot at the end zone. Aguiar's got a cannon of an arm. Eventually, they got to take a shot. They've really dinked and dunked tonight. Aguiar to throw. Down the middle. Here's the shot coming. Incomplete. Good coverage down the field by the Bronx. Avila was the intended receiver. He was surrounded by the Bronx as they did take their shot right there. But Aguiar has a great arm. And he showed it right there. He can sling it. 2nd and 10 coming for the Bolts from the Sheridan 47. 25 seconds to play in the half. Aguiar to throw again. Going to be flushed out. They're all over him, and down he goes! And a big sack back inside the 45-yard line. The Bronx just blew up the pocket that time. And coming through with the initial hit was Rathan Underwood. And Breck Reed, it was actually Breck Reed who came through, made the hit. Underwood there as well. And then a whole bunch of Bronx, and Thunder will burn a timeout, so will we. Bronx up big. You're listening to the Bronx on KWYO, 1410 AM and 106.9 FM.
Are you tired of dealing with complicated bank switches? At First Federal Bank and Trust, we understand that where you bank matters, and switching to the right bank should be a breeze. Introducing ClickSwitch, your ultimate solution to hassle-free direct deposit transfers. With ClickSwitch, we automatically move your recurring direct deposits from your old account to your new account. It's simple, safe, and takes just minutes. When you bank with First Federal, you're not just a customer, you're a valued member of the community. We take pride in living and working right alongside you, contributing to the growth of our local economy. First Federal Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, late first, Thunder finally burned a timeout as they took the sack. It's 3rd and long, 3rd and about 17, with one. Well, actually, the clock is. I don't know what was going on. The clock was running. They're going to say 15 seconds left in the half. Don't do anything crazy. If you're going to throw it deep. Don't throw it short with a chance for a pick. Let's see how they play it. See if they can burn the Bronx here. 3rd and long. Aguiar underneath. To Scalise. Forget it. Done. Bronx all over it. Wow. Alex Haswell ate that thing alive. Ate up the wide receiver. And then with him behind him was Ty Gilbertson. Smoked him. And it's 4th down, and Thunder is going to have to punt. The Bronx will call a timeout. We're going to keep it right here. The Bronx are thinking, with 49 seconds left in the half, go ahead and punt it to us if we get a chance at a return. And I've been saying it for the last decade and a half. When it comes to special teams, don't go anywhere. If I'm the Thunder Basin special teams coach right now, I'm going to tell Quinn Kaplan, kick this ball out of bounds. Do not give Dane Steele or Dunham a chance to run this thing back. Kick it out of bounds. If this is returnable, look out. Because I have never seen anything like it in the last 30 years of watching Bronx football to see how this program can take a game and just take it over with special teams. Kickoff return, punt returns. Other teams, the Bronx have been burned a few times, but this program takes pride in it. It goes back to the mad scientist Don Julian, who dialed all this stuff up, and Kaplan comes in. I'm telling this kid, kick this thing out of bounds. Kick it to your mom and dad in the stands. And let's see how Kaplan plays it. Of course, we don't want him to snap it over, the long snapper to snap it over his head or anything. Well, maybe a little bit. Good clean snap, kick away, and returnable. Dunham on the run, 30-yard line, and not a whole lot of room there. Taken out near the Bronx 32. It was a low, hard kick. Kind of tough to return that one. So the Bronx and Bolts will head to the locker room. Time has run out. So that is the end of the first half as the teams head to the locker room. And it is the Sheridan Bronx came to play, my friends. On the Range scoreboard, it's Sheridan 27, Thunder Basin 0. You're listening to the Bronx on KWYL 1410 AM and 106.9 FM.
You have a new prescription to be filled, but where should you go? Hi, this is Vandalyn Meyer with Hospital Pharmacy West. Visit us and see what a local hometown pharmacy is like. Keeping all your prescriptions in one place makes it much easier for you, and knowing your medication history helps our pharmacists answer your questions. We look forward to seeing you at Hospital Pharmacy and Hospital Pharmacy West.
Hometown pharmacy, hometown care at Hospital Pharmacy West.
I'm Doug Hockett with Stiefel Investments, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back, everybody. We get to the halftime show. It's brought to you by the Powderhorn, and thank you so much for the folks at the Powderhorn, and especially Homer Scott Jr., Scotty. Again, I got to spend some time with Scotty and his wife Janet last weekend, and it was so good to see the Dutchman, the godfather of Sheridan Bronx football, last Saturday. Got a great time. It was good to see Scotty. Your CU Buffs won against Colorado State. We'll see how they do against Oregon tomorrow. But again, a big thank you to the Powderhorn for sponsoring a halftime show. James Timberlake will join you here shortly. Bronx lead 27-0 here at halftime, and they're giving the Thunder Basin Bolts the business tonight. Coming up next weekend, September 30th, next Saturday, we will start our weekend Friday at East High School. The Bronx will play at Cheyenne East next Friday. And then we will all return to Sheridan next Saturday, the 30th. And I think the Sheridan High School Booster Club and some other people have organized a fundraiser. And if you're listening, I want you to either join us or donate. They're doing a fundraiser for Kyler Mines. He is the young man at Sheridan High School that really, Kyler is battling for his life right now at Children's Hospital in Denver. Had that brain injury. And I talked with Jeff Maury, the head coach of the Bronx. Some of the news the last couple of days has been positive. Kyler was taken off a ventilator. The doctors that Jeff talked to said that he is progressing where they thought he would. He is still not awake, but responds to commands. And Coach Maury is going to go see Kyler next week. When they go to Cheyenne East, he will be with him next Saturday. And our prayers and thoughts, obviously, with Kyler and his family, and his grandmother and his siblings. And next Saturday at the Caliph Shrine, they're going to have a chili dinner. And it's a fundraiser. And I want you to come out and join the fundraiser, because I will be there. We're going to drive back from Cheyenne East as fast as we possibly can. We'll be at the Shrine next Saturday night. And you can find out more information online about times and everything, but they're going to be at the Caliph Shrine next Saturday night. And we really want the community to come out and support this young man who really is battling for his life. They're going to have chili dinner. They're going to have a silent auction, I think. And I do know this, that Logan Wilson, who graduated from Natrona County High School, went to the University of Wyoming, and currently plays for the Cincinnati Bengals, has sent some of his game ward memorabilia that they're going to auction off. Because we're all in Wyoming, it's a small state. And I would love to see a big crowd next Saturday night at the Shrine. I'm going to be there in support of this kid, and we all need to do it. If you're listening in tonight or watching our webcast, if you can't be there, make a donation to this young man and his family, because they really need it. And coming up next, I'm going to take a quick break. James Timberlake will join you with the halftime show. We've got great scores coming up. So far, so good for Bighorn and Tongue River in their games tonight. But we really want you to be with us next Saturday. Bronx lead 27-0 at halftime. You're listening to the Bronx on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM. James Timberlake with a halftime show. Brought to you by the Powderhorn is next.
Are you ready to celebrate? We are. This is Callie Drell, and I've recently joined First Bank of Wyoming. You're invited to the grand opening celebration of our newly built branch on Thursday, September 28th from 4 to 7 p.m. We'll have plenty of food, great company to mingle with, special giveaways, and more. Mark your calendar because you won't want to miss out. These will be held at our new location at 460 East Brundage Lane on September 28th. We'll see you there. First Bank of Wyoming, Division of Glacier Bank, member FDIC.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan.
Stop by Albertsons this Saturday from 10 till 2 and help us fill the bus for the food group. This is Doris Moeller with ERA Carroll Realty. We've partnered with First Federal Bank and Trust, Sheridan Media, and Wyoming Corporate Office to fill the bus for the food group. We'll have a shopping list ready for you at Albertsons, and you can drop your items right there on the bus. We'll see you this Saturday. ERA Carroll Realty. We're about more than real estate. We're about family, friendship, and community.
Sheridan College presents the world-class jazz of Greg Yasiminsky's Yaz Band, Saturday, September 23rd at 7 p.m. The concert features dinner and a show with your choice of seating, 2 complimentary drinks, and a buffet dinner for just $50. The bar opens at 5:15 with dinner following. Space is limited. Purchase tickets now at sheridan.edu/arts or call the Whitney Center for the Arts box office at 675-0360.
It's time for the Powderhorn Halftime Show with James Timberlake. James will be back with scores from around the state, upcoming Sheridan County sporting activities, and what's happening with your Wyoming Cowboys and Denver Broncos after this. From your halftime show sponsor, the Powderhorn. Membership certainly has its privileges, and nowhere is that felt more profoundly than at the Powderhorn. With 27 holes of championship golf, tennis courts, swimming pools, a fitness center, and many planned social activities, the Powderhorn has the ideal membership package for you and your family. Please consider this your invitation to start experiencing the Powderhorn today. To learn more about memberships, pricing, or to join the Powderhorn Club, you can email Sarah Langley, Membership Director, at sarah@thepowderhorn.com.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
As we hit halftime here in Gillette, between the Thunder Basin Bolts and the Sheridan Broncs, we have officially eclipsed the halfway point of the high school football regular season, if you can believe that. At the half here at Thunder Basin Stadium, the Broncs are leading the Bolts 27-0. Coming up, we'll take a look at the upcoming sports schedule around the Sheridan area, as well as preview the Cowboys game tomorrow against Appalachian State, and then we'll conclude with a preview of the Broncos game against the Dolphins. But first, let's get you caught up on the scores from across the state of Wyoming. In 4A right now, Rock Springs is on the road taking on number 1 Cheyenne East. That one just finished the third quarter, and listen to this score. Cheyenne East up 62-7. And they're about to start the fourth quarter in that one. Some other action. Number 4, Natrona County's traveling down to Cheyenne South. They are leading that one. Natrona County's leading that one 28-6. That one's in the third quarter. Laramie is on the road taking on Cheyenne Central. The last update we got from that one is Central leading 7-0. And then Kelly Walsh is at home taking on Campbell County. And Kelly Walsh is leading that one 8-7. Locally in 2A tonight, this one just went final. Number 3, Tongue River were on the road taking on Newcastle, and Tongue River won that one 54-7. That one just went final. And number 4, Bighorn on the road taking on Torrington. Bighorn leading that one 26-13 is the last update we got there, and that one should be approaching the third quarter as well. Flipping over to the other local sports for this weekend, starting off with tennis. The state tournament was supposed to happen this weekend, but because of rain and cool weather in the forecast, the Wyoming High School Activities Association has decided to move it to this upcoming Monday through Wednesday here in Gillette. So, supposed to have state tournament in tennis this weekend, but it is moved Monday through Wednesday. This upcoming Monday through Wednesday here in Gillette. In volleyball, the Sheridan Lady Broncs and Bighorn Lady Rams are in Casper and will be there through tomorrow competing in the Casper Volleyball Invite at the Ford Wyoming Center. The Lady Broncs had 3 games today, starting off with a matchup against South, and they won that one 2 games to nothing. The Lady Broncs then took on Douglas and Kelly Walsh after that, and I don't have scores for those, but we will keep you updated on SheridanMedia.com as that tournament rolls on. The Lady Broncs will be back in action tomorrow, and depending on how the rest of the bracket shakes out, we'll keep you updated over on SheridanMedia.com with that as well. The Bighorn Lady Rams were on the road on Thursday, taking on their inter-county rivals, the Tongue River Lady Eagles, and the Rams walked away victorious in that one, beating the Lady Eagles in 3 straight sets. After that, the Rams would have 3 games today in the Casper Invitational. They dropped the first one to Campbell County 2-1, and they have 2 more games today as well. However, don't have scores for those for you in those ones, but again, we'll keep you updated on SheridanMedia.com, so keep an eye out for those. After their loss to Bighorn on Thursday, the Tongue River Lady Eagles hit the road for their first 2 games this weekend. First traveling down to Sundance to take on the Lady Bulldogs earlier this afternoon. The Lady Eagles won that matchup 3-1, and then they will be back on the road again tomorrow, this time taking on the Lady Bulldogs of Lovell High School. First serve for that one is scheduled for 2 p.m. Sheridan Lady Broncs swimmers and divers were in Gillette today, and they'll be back at home tomorrow for the Sheridan Invite. First events are set to get underway at 9 a.m. The Bronc and Lady Bronc cross-country teams were in Rapid City earlier this afternoon, competing in the Rapid City Invite. We have those final results over for you on SheridanMedia.com as well. And finally, wrapping up the local action this weekend, the Sheridan Hawks, they're back in action at home. They'll have their home opener doubleheader this weekend. They start off tonight with a matchup against the Helena Bighorns. The puck dropped at 7:30 in that one, so that one's currently ongoing. They play again at the M&M Center tomorrow night, with the puck set to drop at 7:30 p.m. in that one as well against the Helena Bighorns once again. That's a look at the local schedule for this weekend. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with a preview of the Cowboys matchup against Appalachian State, as well as the Broncos matchup against the Dolphins. The Broncs are leading the Thunder Basin Bolts 27-0. You're listening to the Bronc Halftime Report, presented by the Powderhorn.
Membership certainly has its privileges, and nowhere is that felt more profoundly than at the Powderhorn. With 27 holes of championship golf, tennis courts, swimming pools, a fitness center, and many planned social activities, the Powderhorn has the ideal membership package for you and your family. Please consider this your invitation to start experiencing the Powderhorn today. To learn more about memberships, pricing, or to join the Powderhorn Club, you can email Sarah Langley, Membership Director at sarah@thepowderhorn.com.
Hi, this is Jill Bates.
And this is Colton Bates with the Bates team at Best.
You may have seen our new billboard driving south on Coffee with myself and Colton smiling faces.
What it also has are some kind words from our clients' reviews, and they're the very things we take pride in delivering at Best.
The best quality, service, and whatever it takes attitude is the standard we set for our work in real estate.
The red sign on our clients' properties means more than a transaction. It's a relationship with our clients who deserve the absolute best.
We love what we do and are passionate about it, so if you're looking to buy or sell real estate, our team is here to put our best foot forward for you.
Give us a call today at 675-BEST and visit bestwy.net.
Proudly brokered by EXP.
Hi, I'm County Commissioner Christy Haswell, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to the Bronc Halftime Report presented by the Powderhorn. The Wyoming Cowboys will be back at home this weekend, 1 week after putting Texas on upset alert for about 3 quarters before the Longhorns pulled away in the fourth quarter. This will be the third time the Cowboys and the Mountaineers of Appalachia will meet. App State won their last matchup back in 2015 by a final score of 31-13, and the Cowboys won their first meeting way back in 2004 by a final score of 53-7. Appalachian State is probably most famous for pulling off one of the biggest upsets in the history of college football, and maybe all sports in general, when they beat the 5th-ranked Michigan Wolverines 34-32 at the Big House way back in 2007. They were an FCS school back then and were coming off a national championship season and would go on to repeat in the 2007. That Michigan game should be considered a massive upset, but they've never been in a slouch in any form of competition, whether it be the FCS and now the FBS. Since rejoining the FBS in 2014, they have not had a season where they were below 500 and have 5 seasons of double-digit wins, including a 13-1 record in 2019, as well as 4 straight conference championships from 2016 to 2019. However, this season they've had their worst record, or since last season, this past season, they had their worst record since joining the FBS, finishing 6-6. As for tomorrow's matchup, the Mountaineers come into the matchup 2-1 on the season, with their only loss being a 6-point defeat to North Carolina 2 weeks ago. The Cowboys are also 2-1 with their lone loss coming to Texas, obviously, last weekend. Tomorrow's game will look a lot like a tale of 2 very different paths to reach 2-1. App State has been a team that has leaned heavily on their offensive ability to get to this point. They rank in the top 30 in the country in points per game and yards per game. More specifically, they have leaned more on their run game on offense to this point. They lead the country. They have the country's second leading rusher in yardage, Nate Noel. They are top 25 in the country in rush yards per game and yards per rush. Their pass game is not nearly as effective, though, ranking in the middle of the pack in the country in stats like pass yards per game, yards per pass, and one of the worst teams in the country in terms of completion percentage. The advanced analytics actually favors the Mountaineers offense more than basic statistics. They rank top 25 in the country in EPA per pass and EPA per rush. They're second in the country so far in ECHL rate, which is a measure of quality possessions and opportunity creation, as well as first in the country in points per ECHL. They're also fantastic in early down rankings, ranking in the top 10 in early down EPA. The Cowboys have struggled on offense so far this year outside of the second half of that Texas Tech game and have had to deal with injuries at the quarterback position, as well as trying to find a true number 1 at running back. That's where their defense, for the most part, has really stepped up and been the bend, don't break type of defense, keeping them in all of their games so far this year, and the offense really hasn't been able to capitalize. Defense is where App State really struggles. The Cowboys' basic and advanced defensive analytics don't really jump off the page by any means, but App State has been worse in many areas. They allow one of the highest marks in the country in opponent points per game, and are one of the bottom 16 teams in the country in opponent yards per rush and opponent rush yards per game. They have been better in the passing game, ranking in the top 30 in opponent yards per pass and opponent pass yards per game. On the advanced analytics side, they are dead last in the country on defense. Dead last on defense in EPA per rush. 8th worst in the country in rush defense success rate. 7th worst in points per ECHL. And 14th worst in early down EPA. With the troubles the Pokes have had to try to get their run game going, this could be a perfect opportunity for them to work out the kinks before conference play gets started against a team that struggles mightily against defending the run. As it stands, Thursday afternoon, the Cowboys will come into the matchup as 3-point favorites at home with the over-under set at 43 points. We will see if the Cowboys can end their non-conference schedule with a win tomorrow night when they take on the Appalachian State Mountaineers. You'll be able to listen to all the action live on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, with pregame scheduled for 3:30 p.m. and kickoff scheduled for 5 p.m. The Denver Broncos will be on the road this weekend, taking the long trip down to Miami to take on the red-hot Miami Dolphins on Sunday. The Broncos fell to the Washington Commanders last weekend, 35-33, and now 0-2 to start the 2023 season. The first half in that game felt like the Broncos were finally getting the version of Russell Wilson that they traded 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and a 5th-round pick for. Wilson finished the first half of that game 6 for 8 for 154 yards, 4 first downs, 2 touchdowns, and a 19.3 yards gained per attempt. In the second half, it all took a turn for the worse, finishing the second half going 12 for 24 for the same amount of yardage, 154 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 first downs, 1 interception, was sacked 5 times, and had only 6.4 yards per attempt. For reference, Sam Howell went into halftime going 19 for 30 in the first half for 178 yards, 1 touchdown, 7 first downs, was sacked 3 times, and finished with about 6 yards per pass attempt. Then in the second half, looked a lot more like Russell Wilson did in the first half, going 8 for 9 for 121 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 first downs, and was sacked once and had 13 yards per attempt. By the end of the game, the Commanders led the Broncos in EPA per play, success rate, EPA per drop back, EPA per pass, EPA per rush, explosive play rate, and negative play rate. Now, the Broncos have to travel down to Miami to take on arguably the best offense in football right now in the Miami Dolphins. They lead the NFL in EPA per play and explosive play rate, are top 10 in success rate, EPA per pass, EPA per rush, and early down EPA per play. They are top 10 in the league in both EPA per play, success rate, and have the league's highest explosive rate when facing 3, 4, 5, and 5-plus pass rushers. They have one of the most game-breaking players in the NFL in Tyreek Hill. He finished his first game with 11 catches for 215 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was slowed down a little bit against a Bill Belichick-led defense last week, catching just 5 passes for 40 yards and 1 touchdown. But I would argue that there is no player in the game today that requires more focus from defenders on a play-to-play basis. If there is an area in which they have struggled a little bit, it has been in the areas in the run game. They haven't been great in terms of EPA per rush with 6 or more defenders in the box at a time. They rank at about the halfway point in the NFL in EPA per rush when facing 2, 4, 5 personnel. Their defense hasn't been that stellar yet this year either. They are good at limiting explosive plays at a little over 4% rate, good for 3rd in the NFL, but they allow the highest success rate in EPA per rush on defense in the NFL so far. A lot of that can probably be attributed to the fact that they average the lowest amount of defenders in the box on both first and second downs. As far as personnel goes on defense they hired former Bronco head coach Vic Fangio in the offseason to be their defensive coordinator, and with Fangio coming in, they're seeing a pretty heavy scheme shift. The Dolphins last year blitzed a ton, which led to them having the highest man coverage rate in the NFL. Fangio is a pretty big opposite in that sense. He prefers to rely heavily on zone coverage schemes. Coming into Sunday, they have been in 2-4-5 or 4-2-5, if you want to call it that, in 60 of their 108 total defensive snaps, a total of 55%. Of those 108 defensive snaps so far this year, they have only rushed 5-plus players 17 times. That counts as a blitz. When they have blitzed, it's been on early downs. They have the 10th highest blitz rate on first down, 13th highest on second down, and 26th highest on third down. In conclusion, if you're tuning in on Sunday, expect the Dolphins offense to run a ton of pre-snap motion, moving the linebackers from side to side, trying to get their zone run scheme going, as well as getting Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle in as much space as possible for them to do what they do best, which is basically outrun everybody. On defense, expect a lot of zone schemes at a 2-4-5 nickel defense, with basically only your typical 6 players in the box to stop the run, especially on early downs. As of this afternoon, the Broncos will come into the game as 6.5-point underdogs with the over-under set for 44.5. We will see if the Broncos can pull off the upset and get their first win of the year when they travel down to take on the Miami Dolphins. And you'll be able to listen to all the action live on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM at KWYO on Sunday, with pregame scheduled for 9 a.m. and kickoff scheduled for 11 a.m. Looks like the Broncs and the Bolts are getting ready to get the second half underway, so we're going to send it back out to Trevor for kickoff. I want to thank you all very much for tuning in. I have been James Timberlake, and this has been the Bronc Halftime Report, presented by the Powderhorn.
Wyoming Corporate Office is located at 30 North Gould Street in Sheridan, and they provide a myriad of services. What is a registered agent, you may ask? The real question is, what aren't they? Wyoming Corporate Office can assist you in forming your LLC or Wyoming-based corporation, provide mail forwarding service, and accept legal and financial documents, and so much more. Learn more today by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com.
Camco Federal Credit Union was established in 1971 And in the years since, we have continued to take pride in caring for our community and its financial needs. When you open an account at Camco FCU, you aren't just a customer, you're a member, a part owner. We are staffed with a team ready to assist you.
Whether it's establishing or building credit, opening a savings account, or getting the benefits of our rewards checking, join Camco Federal Credit Union and be a part owner today. Camco Federal Credit Union, member NCUA and equal housing lender.
Dealing with bone and joint issues? Schedule a visit with Sheridan Orthopedic Associates. Their board-certified orthopedic surgeons are experts in all aspects of orthopedics, focusing on sports injuries as well as joint problems from the feet, ankles, and knees to the spine and upper extremities. After all, they've been providing the area with surgical excellence and outstanding patient care for almost 50 years. Learn more about Sheridan Orthopedic Associates online at SheridanOrtho.com.
I have a great new idea for lunch at Farmers Co-op. I'm calling it the Build Your Own Sampler Platter. I couldn't make up my mind, so I walked up to the deli window and ordered all three: gizzards, mushrooms, and some hot samatsa sticks. It was awesome. You can do the same thing with mini tacos, jalapeno poppers, wings. Heck, mix and match anything you want. Lunch can be pretty cool at Farmers Co-op, owned by those they serve at 1450 Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan.
At Sunlight Federal Credit Union, we know how important convenience, time, and flexibility are for you. That's why we've joined the Co-op Shared Branching Network, which gives you access to your account at over 5,600 branches across all 50 states. That's just one more way we make Sunlight Federal Credit Union your branch for your funds, no matter what you're doing or where you're at. Join Sunlight Federal Credit Union today and start experiencing the credit union difference.
Game day fever is here. Come show your support for the Sheridan Bronx football team at McGregor Steakhouse. Stop in pregame, postgame, or during for some delicious appetizers like the signature bacon bites, Wisconsin cheese curds, or wings. Raise your game day spirits with their handcrafted cocktails. Bring your fellow Bronx supporters your loudest cheers and make McGregor Steakhouse your game day destination. McGregor Steakhouse, the family-friendly steakhouse of Sheridan, 549 Midland Road.
Get ready, September Explorers. It's time to embark on cozy journeys through the fall foliage. And where should that journey begin? Wearing Sheridan Chevrolet, your premier destination for discovering the perfect vehicle for your early fall adventures. As the leaves change, so does their pre-owned inventory. Vehicles are rolling off the lot as fast as the leaves are falling. September is the month to change your ride. Experience the Waring way of buying vehicles. Waring Sheridan Chevrolet, 107 East Alger. Online, WaringSheridan.com.
Hi, this is Amber Stones with First Northern Bank in Sheridan, and we want you to know that we appreciate your loyalty in keeping your business local. We pride ourselves on providing excellent customer service and have so many amazing products and services that I can't even begin to list them all here. You'll have to swing by our location at 29 North Gould Street in Sheridan or 141 South Main Street in Buffalo and see for yourself. You can also jump online at firstnorthern.bank and take a look before stopping by. We look forward to helping you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you ready to turn a page on your career? McDonald's restaurants in Sheridan have an exciting opportunity. McDonald's is on the lookout for a dynamic full-time shift manager to lead the team, starting at an impressive $21 per hour. This open-to-closed position, including weekends, offers stability and opportunities for advancement. This shift manager position has a starting pay of $21 per hour. Visit McHire.com to submit your application online or drop by any McDonald's location in Sheridan to pick up an application.
Hi, this is Elizabeth.
And JT with EBA Hearing and Sound. Hearing well is living well, and we're here to help.
Not only are we able to provide premier hearing aid technology with Bluetooth and AI, but we can address the environment in which you are hearing.
Our sound consultation services tailor solutions to fit your needs. Whether at work, at church, or at home, if you're struggling to hear, we can help.
Call EBA Hearing and Sound today, 674-8920. That's 674-8920.
Have you been to the showroom at Thompson Master Masons? If you're thinking about doing a masonry project, you need to stop by and check it out. Thompson's is located on the corner of Broadway and 11th in Sheridan, with a showroom full of brick and stone samples. They offer both man-made and natural stone. As a matter of fact, Thompson Master Masons has the widest selection of stone, block, and brick in town. Wholesale or retail, Contact Thompson Master Masons.
Rooting for the home team is the Wyoming way, and the banks of Buffalo, Gillette, and Sheridan are the 307's biggest fans. Banking with us means you're doing more than ever to support school sports because your money stays right here in our community. We're proud to recognize our hard-working athletes with youth sponsorships, and the local difference means the familiar faces you know and trust for your banking needs are the same ones cheering with you up in the stands. BuffaloFed.Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, this is Ken Balkenbush with Prime Rate Motors and Super Trailer Store, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. As we get ready for the second half, the Bronx will kick it off, leading 27-0. And the Bronx again coming over here to Thunder. The rain we had early in the first half has gone away. It was just kind of a light drizzle, so that's gone away. That has not been an issue. But the Bronx defense, again, pitching a shutout right now. And Thunder will have the ball as we come back out. As Ty Gilbertson ready to boot it away. And going back deep is Vila and Rose. They'll stand at their own 5-yard line. We'll see if Ty can boom another one out of the end zone. Best defense against the run back is your kicker, blasting away. And again, Ty this season, we had one return earlier in the game. In the first half from Thunder. He's only given up 2 returns all year. Everything else has been a touchback, and Gelby ready to boom it. Lets this one rip, and it's a rocket. Forget about it. It's over. That's about 9 yards deep in the end zone. Thunder will take over 1st and 10 on their own 20. Bronx leading at 27-0. As we get ready to start this third quarter. Big crowd tonight. They had the 50-50 tonight, donated to Kyler Mines and his family. And I know a lot of other programs. I was talking to Jeff Mowry before the game. He said not just 4A coaches, 3A coaches, other schools have called, and they're making donations. We're getting ready for the big fundraiser next Saturday on the 30th at the Caliph Shrine. Please, please come out. So 1st and 10 for Thunder, down 27-0 on their own 20. Aguiar, the quarterback, will have 4 wides in the set and an empty backfield. They've got a hole to dig out of. Let's see if they come out gunning. Aguiar to throw. Looks underneath now across the middle. Got a man caught by Scalise. Nope, he dropped it. Pass thrown behind him. That would have been a tough catch. I don't know if a guy on Sunday makes that catch. He had to go down low for it. It was behind him. 2nd and 10 coming. But no doubt about it, this kid from Thunder's got a cannon. They have not tried. They've only taken a shot once in this ball game trying to go deep. 2nd and 10. Hetzenbuehler in motion. Fake the give, throw to the outside, and it's going to be incomplete. It's probably a good thing because they would have lost yardage on the play. Great coverage by the Bronx on the plays. They were looking for Scalise, and that was Aiden O'Leary with tremendous coverage on Scalise. 3rd and 10 coming for Thunder. You know, you still got to run the football. I'm just telling you, I know you're down 27-0. You just can't come out chucking. Because if they don't complete this for a first down, they're punting, and the Bronx will have a short field, and it just gets worse. Aguiar to throw. Over the middle. Got a man. It's going to be caught. Got some room out there, and it's going to be shy of the first down by about a yard. Well, maybe they're going to give him the 30. It was the tight end of Vila, and they're going to give him the first down at the 30. Just got enough. As the tight end came off the line of scrimmage. So a fresh 4 for the Bolts. And now Hetzenbuehler will go in the backfield with Aguiar. 1st and 10 for Thunder from their own 30. Bronx lead 27-0. Running back will not get it this time. Aguiar, the quarterback, will keep it for about 3. He's big. I think Aguiar is quick. He's a load, but he's not going to burn you deep running the ball. That time it took him a while to get to the point of attack. 2nd and 7 coming for Thunder inside their own 35. Aguiar to throw. Looks to the outside, and this one's going to be incomplete. Penalty flag will come in. They're going to say an early hit. I thought so as well. They're going to get Aiden O'Leary on pass interference. Just before the ball got there, O'Leary made the contact. So that will cost the Bronx the penalty yardage. It was just close enough with the naked eye. You could tell Aiden got there just a little bit early. It wasn't egregious, and that'll move the ball out to the 48-yard line of Thunder. So the Bolts moving. Bronx lead 27-0 early second half. On the Reign scoreboard, Aguiar going to pitch to Hatzenbuehler, and he'll get to midfield and actually will be dropped at the Bronx 49, a gain of about 3. 2nd and 7 coming. And the Bronx doing all the damage in the first half. Got a short touchdown run from Taryn Grooms. Dane Steele picked off a pass, 80 yards for a touchdown. Berrettini hit Steele on a 25-yard touchdown pass, and then it was Berrettini to Lynn for 32 yards. And that's where we stand right now, 27-0. The Bronx did miss an extra point in there. Second down for Thunder at the Bronx 49. 2nd and 7. Aguiar to throw. Has time, unloads it, batted down, incomplete. And I think it was Alex Haswell, the big fella, got a piece of that and batted it down. Boy, that defensive and offensive front for the Bronx. Some bad cats in there right now. Again, just underway, third quarter. Bronx lead 27-0. Here's 3rd and 7 for Thunder at the Sheridan 49. That defensive front digs in. Linebackers showing they're going to bring the heat. Let's see if they do. They're going to play it straight up, and it'll be Aguiar to throw over the middle. Got a man. It's going to be incomplete. Had an open receiver, and I think Thunder's going to have to punt. It'll be 4th and 7. Just a lot of traffic in the middle of the field right there. The Bronx were all over that play. And I think somebody got alligator arms, or if you're a little younger, T-Rex arms. If you think you're going to get hit, your arms get a little shorter. So Kaplan on for the punt, and Dunham and Steele will stand at their own 20. See if they get a shot for a return. And a rugby-style kick coming. And a flag's going to fly. We're going to get running into the punter. And the ball comes out at about the 15-yard line. And Thunder Basin has it, so they'll decline the penalty. And Thunder comes up. The Bronx turn it over. I was watching the penalty flag fly. They said the punter got run into. They'll decline that, and Thunder will have it 1st and 10 at the Bronx 16. So the Bronx muffed the punt. And again, I did not see how that went down, but they'll decline the penalty, and Thunder will have it at the Bronx 16. Bronx got a little bit too cocky and aggressive there. You know, if you're up 27-0, don't run into the punter. Do not do it. So Thunder's offense will stay on the field, and they're going to mark the penalty yardage off to the Bronx 11. 1st and 10 for Thunder Basin at the Bronx 11-yard line. This is the closest sniff they've had to the goal line all night. Let's see if that Bronx defense can stiffen up. 27-0 Bronx again early, second half. The penalty on the punt cost the Bronx a ton of yards. And let's see if the defense can kind of bow their necks here and get stout. Still waiting. Our officials are still talking right around the 30-yard line. I can't imagine what the discussion is. Let's go. I think we're ready. 1st and 10, Thunder at the Bronx 11. Again, Thunder Basin trying to get back into the game with Sheridan leading 27-0. Aguiar ready to go with Hatzenbuehler in the backfield with him. Out of the gun with 3 wide receivers in the set. Bring a man in motion, and they'll give it to Hatzenbuehler, and he will take it to about the 5-yard line before he'll be dropped there. And that'll bring up 2nd and 3. Thunder can get a first down inside the Bronx 2. And they're going to spot the ball at the 5, so 2nd and 3 coming for Thunder Basin. But again, the Bronx, with the penalty and the fumble on the punt, put themselves in a jam. Let's see if they can stay stout. 2nd and short from the Bronx 5. Aguiar keeps it. Pounded. He'll lose yardage. That was ugly. The Bronx were all over that. That was not a good look by Thunder Basin, as the quarterback again, rode that receiver or rode that running back in there and made the wrong call and pulled it back, and the Bronx pounded him back to the 8. So now it's 3rd and 7 for Thunder at the Sheridan 8-yard line. Hatzenbuehler remains in the backfield with Aguiar. 4 wides in the set. I think they almost got to throw it here. Something over the middle. Aguiar looking to the outside. Got a man. Going to be caught, and he dropped it. Penalty flag down. Let's see. The ball was right on the money, and the man dropped it. What's the flag? Hopefully it's holding. It is against Thunder. That'll back him up 10. Or do the Bronx decline it and make them kick a field goal? It was a good throw by Aguiar, and the receiver just dropped the football right at the goal line. So Jeff Mowry talking to our officials. Let's see what they want to do. I think they're going to decline it. It'll be 4th and 7 for Thunder at the Bronx 8, and they've got to decide what they want to do. Do you get points with a field goal, or do you go for it and get nothing? The Bronx declined it. Thunder's keeping the offense out there. 4th and 7. Nope, they're going to bring the kicking team out. Kaplan's going to trot on the field. They want points. It'll be a chip shot field goal. Kaplan with plenty of leg. This will be about a 25-yarder, I think. Yep, 25 yards right in the middle of the field. Just a chip shot as Thunder tries to get on the board here with 8:56 to play in the third quarter, with Bronx leading it 27-0 on the range scoreboard. If you're a Bronx fan, you want a shank right here or a block. Good clean snap, kick away, looks good, and I think it is good. Right down the middle. No, they're going to say he hooked it left. Thunder gets squadoosh. I wouldn't want to use that term all year. They get nothing. There's a penalty flag down right now. Let's see what it is. Right at the line of scrimmage. And the Bronx defense is staying on the field, so it's apparently one of the Bronx maybe came off sides. And I think that's what it's going to be. The Bronx weren't celebrating, and it will go against the Bronx. Is that a first down? It is. Oh, my goodness. And it's a first down. They're going to say roughing the kicker. Well, the Bronx roughed the punter. Now they roughed the kicker. 1st and goal for Thunder at the Bronx 3. You got to be smarter than that. On this drive, they've got Thunder stopped twice, and you blow it because you roughed the punter and the kicker. And now the Bolts have it 1st and 10 at the Bronx 3. That's not winning football, my friends. Aguiar keeps it and scores. Thunder has their first touchdown. And the Bronx defense, special teams, blew it there. They had Thunder dead to rights twice. And those penalties kill them. With 8:48 to go in the third, Thunder scores their first points. So now it's up to the offense for the Bronx to go out and get that score back. You can't rough the kicker and the punter and give them a freebie. Unacceptable. Well, now it's up to the Bronx offense to come back, go on a drive here in this third quarter. The first chance they'll get it and go back to work. And the Bolts are going to go for 2. Aguiar to throw. To the outside, incomplete. As we go to break on the range scoreboard, it's the Sheridan Bronx 27, Thunder Basin 6. You're listening to the Bronx on KWYL 1410 AM and 106.9 FM.
This broadcast brought to you in part by One Health, focused on caring for our communities one person at a time. One Health's integrated care model has been recognized throughout the state of Wyoming and combines primary and behavioral health under one roof. With locations in Sheridan, Powell, Lovell, and Grable, Wyoming, One Health improves the well-being of everyone by providing accessible, quality health care for the whole community. Visit onechc.org for more information.
Hi there, this is Jim and Chosby with Stiefel Financial. You're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, that drive was The Bronx just shot themselves in the foot. Actually, they blew their foot off. They roughed the punter, fumbled, and then roughed the kicker on a missed field goal, and then gave up a touchdown. At least the 2-point conversion was no good. 27-6 Bronx lead. Now it's time for the offense to go back to work and get that score back and bump that lead back up. 8:48 to go, third quarter. Dane Steele going back deep. Dane will be back there with Cody Dunham as Quinn gets ready to boot it away. See if the Bronx can get a return out of this. Or Thunder, I guess they could onside kick, squib it, pooch kick it. Better be careful what you wish for. And Quinn will kick a high, short kick. On the bounce, it's going to go out of bounds. It looks like, yes, it will. Bronx let that one go. He tried to pooch kick that thing, but he kicked it too close to the sidelines to go out of bounds. And the Sheridan Bronx, let's see where they put the ball here, are going to have pretty decent field position. And let's see where they're going to spot the ball. Well, I guess the Bronx have the option to make him kick it again. What's going on? They're going to make him kick it again. Okay. So the Bronx have decided we're going to back him up 5 and make him kick it again. Why not? Give our guys a shot at a return. And again, my mantra, don't go anywhere if this is returnable. Steele and Dunham now will stand at the 15-yard line. They're going to make Quinn kick it again. Either way, if the Bronx can just catch this thing, they're going to get decent field position, even if they try to pooch kick it or kick it away. I'm telling Quinn, do not let Dunham or Steele touch this thing. I'd be surprised if he kicks it away. This has got to be a squib kick as he's backed up 5 yards because he'll never reach the end zone from here, from his own 35. And he'll kick it away. Dunham from his own 24-yard line. Give it. He'll keep it and take it around the right side. Breaks the tackle. 25-30. Gets cut down right at the 30-yard line. Good coverage by Thunder. And the Sheridan Bronx will have it. 1st and 10 at their own 30. If Dunham flipped that thing to Steele, I think Dane's still running. Somewhere out near Rosette. Still running. Past the coal mines and everything. Past Moorcroft, he's still running. 1st and 10 Bronx at their own 30. They lead 27-6. Their first possession of the second half. Dom Berrettini to Taryn Grooms. First give. That's going to be Dom actually keeping it for maybe 3. And they will say 4 yards for Dom. No, we're going to give him 3 to the 33. So 2nd and 7 coming from the Bronx. Taryn Grooms in the backfield with Berrettini. 4 wides in the set. Second and 7 coming. Here in the third quarter, Bronx lead 27-6. Berrettini, Groomsy. Bounces outside, turns upfield, 35 flag down. We're going to get a block in the back on the Bronx. I think they're going to get back Caswell on a block in the back, right near the 30. And that's going to cost the Bronx. Then we got another flag near the 40, but this one's going to come back. They got Beck, I think. I look at number 88, and he was laying all over the defender, and the flag flew. So this will be an easy one for Thunder. It'll be a block in the back on Haswell. Spot foul. Ball goes back to the 26. So 2nd and 14 for the Bronx. Well, the Bronx have done a good job of overcoming. Naidi Gary in the ball game now at the running back spot. along with Groomsy. And now we're going to see Dane Steele at the quarterback spot. So Dane's going to take the snap. Empty backfield, Steele, the quarterback. On 2nd and 14. Dane fakes a pass, going to run, gets into traffic, and thunders all over him. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down coming. So that play went nowhere. He faked a pass, and Thunder didn't bite at all, and Dane had nowhere to go. It was a good surge by the Thunder front. And 3rd and 13. I'll give him a yard. 3rd and 13 coming, and Berrettini back in there at the quarterback spot. 3rd and 13 for the Bronx. The ball spotted on their own 27. Berrettini rolling right to throw. Looking, unloads it, got a man, and it's going to be caught by Dane Steele for a first down out at the 41-yard line. What a great catch. The pass was low to the ground, and Dane ended up with it. And the Bronx get a fresh set of downs at their own 41. Great catch by Dane Steele. Going all the way to the ground to pick that one up. 6:50 in the clock running. 3rd quarter, Bronx lead 27-6. Berrettini. Groomsy up the gut. Big yardage. Breaks to the outside, cuts back. He'll be in Thunder territory at the Thunder 42. And a gain of 17 on the run by Taryn Grooms. 1st and 10 for the Bronx at the Thunder 42. Boy, the Bronx have torn them up on the ground tonight. This time Berrettini going to go under center on 1st and 10. Grooms the deep back. Quick toss to the short side, and he's going to lose about 3. Good defense that time by the Bolts. As Grooms, he couldn't get anywhere. He'll lose 3. 2nd and 13 coming. So Grooms will stay in the backfield with Berrettini. We're going to line up Dane Steele in the slot to the near side. Watch for him on the video screen. Berrettini to throw underneath, get it to Steele, and he immediately is in traffic, drop the football, incomplete, and that'll bring up 3rd and 13. A little bit too much traffic there. Dane really couldn't catch it and make a move. It goes incomplete. We'll try it again. So now Jeff Mowry, the play caller, going to dial up a play here. Let's see what the Bronx come up with on 3rd and 13 from the Thunder 45 with a 27-6 lead here in the 3rd quarter with 5:50 to go. Berrettini to throw. Looks underneath, going to throw, got a man to Steele. And he's got it to the outside, 25-20, 15-10, and down to the 9-yard line, Dane Steele. Beck Haswell throwing blocks. Dane Steele did the rest, and the Bronx will have it inside the Thunder 10-yard line. So the Bronx knocking on the door. They're going to spot the ball at the 10. So 1st and goal for the Bronx at the Thunder 10-yard line. Beck Haswell doing the damage out front blocking, and Dane did the rest. So 1st and goal for the Bronx at the 10-yard line of Thunder. Berrettini under center. Fakes the give, going to keep it, and he'll be dropped at about the 8. Not a whole lot there. They'll give him the 9-yard line. Gain of 1. 2nd and goal now for the Bronx at the Thunder 9-yard line with the clock running. 5 minutes to play 3rd quarter. And the Bronx leading it 27-6 on the Range scoreboard. Again, the Bronx trying to match Thunder Basin's score here in the 3rd quarter to try to bump that lead back up. Dominic ready to go again. 2nd and goal from the 9. Give it up the gut. And it's going to be close to a touchdown. And it is a Bronx touchdown. Taryn Grooms in for the score. So the Bronx get this thing equaled up. And that's a killer right there for Thunder. So the Bronx able to answer and tie Gilbertson for the point after as Groomsy takes it in from 9 out to make it 33-6. And now Gilby for the point after. And the kick is up, and it is good. With 4:36 to play third quarter, the Bronx bump the lead back up at Sheridan 34, Thunder Basin 6. You're listening to the Bronx on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Did you know Sheridan Motors is Sheridan's only locally owned and operated new vehicle dealership? That means when we thrive, Sheridan directly benefits. We're proud to support our hometown through sponsorships, good deeds, and excellent full-time jobs with benefits. Stop by your locally owned and operated Sheridan Motors to check out our incredible selection and find out what's coming soon. We know you have a choice when it comes to shopping for new and used cars, servicing your vehicle, and purchasing tires. On behalf of Sheridan Motors' entire team, thank you for your business.
The law offices of Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing has offices in Sheridan and Casper ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. Michael Lansing, McCole Soto, and Maid McCool provide competent local legal counsel focused on small businesses, real estate transactions, guardianships, employee protections, and personal injury. Michael, McCole, and Wade will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights 24/7. Proud to support all local youth activities.
Hello, this is Benton Johnson with Sheridan Motor, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back. Todd Gilbertson ready to put it away. Bronx. That was the biggie right there. They were able to equal Thunder's score. And here's a low line drive. This is returnable. Aviar is going to bring it out, 15-20. Ducks under one man. He's going to be run out of bounds near the 28-yard line. Flag in late. It's going to cost the Bronx 15. You're going to call a late hit out of bounds. So that'll cost the Bronx 15. You got to hit the punter, hit the kicker, hit him late. You can't do it. I don't care if you're ahead 34-6. You cannot do it. After this victory, the black marks on the film are going to be those 3 penalties. You can't hit punters, kickers, and then get a late hit out of bounds, especially when you lead. You got these cats right where you want them. The Bronx ready to bury these guys. And then you give them a fresh start. It'll be 1st and 10 for Thunder at their own 45. Can't give them cheap ones. So 1st and 10 for Thunder. Bronx lead comfortably 34-6. Aguiar brings them out of motion. Jet sweep coming. Jet sweep goes for about a yard and a flag late. And another flag late. Let's see what this is, if we're going to get holding or not. It was Alex Housewell that time making the tackle. Avila was the carrier and waiting for the call. It was right at the line of scrimmage where he got hit. Thunder is not really impressed with this call, so I think it's going to back him up. Whether going to get hold or block in the back. And it's going to cost Thunder. Yep, it's going to be holding against Thunder. And that's going to cost him 10. It'll still be 1st down back at their own 35. So 1st and 20 for Thunder from their own 35. Late third quarter, Bronx up 34-6. Aguiar to throw on the run. Got a man caught. It's Avila, and he fights for yardage to near the 45. So he got the penalty yards back. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Thunder. The surprising thing tonight is that the Bolts have not gone over the top much. They've thrown a lot of stuff underneath. Well, they went over the top once, and it cost them 6 points when Dane Steele took it back for a touchdown. Maybe that eludes them to pull the trigger. Aguiar not a throw. And down the middle he goes, and it's going to be caught. It'll be a 1st down in Bronx territory inside the 40. That was Scalise making the catch. So 1st and 10 for Thunder at the Bronx 35. Nice throw and catch right there down the middle. It was a good throw, but it was a better catch by Scalise. So from the Bronx 35. Aguiar, throw it looking again over the middle. Got a man that's going to be caught underneath by Avila, and he's going to have another first down at the Bronx 20. .323 to play, third quarter. Bronx leading it 34-6 on the Range scoreboard. Next week, by the way, we're back on the road. We're at Cheyenne East next week, and boy, that's going to be a hell of a battle, my friends. East is the beast right now. They played somebody tonight and just destroyed them. They beat this Thunder Basin team 52-7. The Bronx will play at East next Friday. That's going to be something else. A lot of fireworks. Aguiar to throw from the Bronx 20. Under pressure, he gets drilled. Alex Haswell has him, and down he goes with the sack, and that was not Haswell. Making the hit for the Bronx that time initially to wrap him up was Caden Smith. That's who got him, and that's going to cost Thunder a bundle on the sack all the way back to the Bronx 28-yard line. A loss of 8 on the sack. 2nd and 18 coming. Bronx defense digs in again. Aguiar in 2nd and long in Bronx territory to throw. Has time. Now he does it. Now he's going to scramble. Now he'll chuck and duck into the end zone. It's up for grabs. It's going to be caught, and it's a touchdown. Wow. Avila makes the catch, and that's going to cover 28 yards. Quite a catch. For 28 yards. I thought the ball was going to be over his head. And they will try the point after this time. No 2-point conversion coming. 2:14 to play in the third. And Thunder scores again. We'll try to make this 34-13. Kaplan for the point after. Kick is up. And he missed it. Hooked it left. So 34-12, Bronx lead. Bronx get the ball back when we come back. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO, 106.9 FM on our live video web stream, SheridanMedia.com.
Need screen printed and embroidered items? Well, whatever you need, Kilpatrick Creations is the go-to local company for these types of items. If it's screen printed or stitched, we are the ones to help you. Give us a call first. We're here to help you and want to help you with your imprinted garment or accessory needs. We've been in the business and serving Sheridan County for over 20 years. We have the experience, talent, and selection of goods that allows us to help you promote your business, club, or event in the best, most affordable way possible. Come see Kilpatrick Creations for all your screen printed or embroidered needs.
Mobile banking is a terrific service with numerous features, and Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union has it. With the Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union mobile banking app, use your smartphone for remote deposit, transferring money, paying bills, making loan payments, and more. Take a picture of a check and deposit it into your account. Mobile banking is fantastic at Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union, 141 South Gould, member NCUA, equal housing lender.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back, everybody. Bronx thinking onside kick, and here it comes. It'll be a short pooch kick, and will fly out of bounds. And the Bronx will have it on the penalty. I thought maybe Thunder was the way they lined up with Kaplan. They might onside kick it. That's what it looked like, and he just sailed it out of bounds, and the Bronx are going to go, you know what, this time we're just going to take it at the 35. They're not going to make Kaplan kick it again. So 1st and 10 for the Bronx on their own 35, leading it 34-12 with 2:14 to play here in the third quarter. Another score might finish this bad boy off right here. Berrettini's got his guys ready to go. Naida Gary in the backfield with him. From the 35, give it to Naid. He'll go to the right side, not a whole lot there. Maybe a couple, and that'll be it. 2nd and 8 coming for the Bronx. Bringing the clock on their side as well. Late third quarter with a 34-12 lead. Bronx have really looked good tonight, other than the 3 really egregious penalties with the hitting the kicker and punter. Other than that, it's been really clean for the Bronx tonight, running and throwing it. So 2nd and 7, they're going to give Naid Aguirre. So Naid with 3 yards. They'll empty the backfield. Aguirre will line up as a slot wide receiver to the near side. Man comes in motion, fake the jet sweep. Berrettini going to keep it up the gut. He'll have the first down into Thunder territory at about the 48-yard line. The best part of that, you just keep that clock running. Minute and a half to go, clock running, third quarter. Again, the Bronx leading at 34-12. Again, that rain we had late in the first half has gone away. Night's been perfect. 1st and 10 from the Thunder 48. Berrettini out of the gun. This time, Aguirre running left and maybe the 45, and that'll be it, gain of 3. 2nd and 7 coming. Flag down on the play. It might indicate a hold. It's thrown right at midfield. And it will be holding against the Bronx, and that'll back them up. So it'll be 1st and about 22 by the time they step this off. The ball will be marked back to the Bronx. Well, actually, it won't be quite that far. They'll mark it back to the Bronx 42. It's first in a long, long way. For a first down, the Bronx need to get it past the Thunder 38. Now they've got the type of deep offense that can overcome this kind of stuff. Dom Berrettini takes the snap. He'll keep it himself up the middle. Actually, he'll give it to Aguirre, and it's nothing. If he's lucky, back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and long coming. Loss of a yard on the play. Good play fake, but nothing for Aguirre, and a loss of 1 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd and long for the Bronx from their own 41. Empty backfield this time for Berrettini. 5 wides in the set. Number 3, Dane Steele. Lined up as a slot wide receiver near side. Berrettini going to pump, going to throw deep, and he's got a man. He overthrew him. Oh, my goodness gracious. Wide open. And Dom couldn't quite get it to him. Dunham on a sprint down the sidelines beat his man, and Dom just couldn't quite get it to him. Overthrew him. Oh, boy. That was so close to 6 points. And now 3rd and long. Aguirre will line up the backfield with Berrettini. Just 8 seconds left in the third quarter with the Bronx leading at 34-12. 3rd and a mile for the Bronx from their own 41. Aguirre. Bubble screen to Dane Steele. Flips it to Aguirre. Little hook and ladder. Here goes Naid down the sidelines. 40, 35-30, 25-10. Touchdown on the hook and ladder. No flags. Oh, my goodness. They flip it to Dane Steele. He flipped it to Naid. And 59 yards later, they scored. The Bronx with a little trickeration to end the third quarter. Wow. I mean, that's almost like that 4-6-3 double play. So it's Berrettini to Steele to Aguirre. If you're scoring it at home for the touchdowns, and that's going to probably put this thing away. It really is late here in the third quarter. Gilbertson for the point after, kick up and good. Wow, what a play. They go hook and ladder, and it paid off. It doesn't usually pay off on the range scoreboard as we go to the fourth. It's the Sheridan Bronx 41, Thunder Basin 12. You're listening to the Bronx on 1410 KWYO, 106.9 FM.
Do you have family coming to town and not enough room in your home to accommodate them? Book them a room at the Candlewood Suites in Sheridan. They'll enjoy features like fully equipped kitchens that include a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding views of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll feel right at home. Call the Candlewood Suites 307-675-2100.
Have you been in to see Sheridan YO sports cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sports cards and memorabilia. Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards including fighting, wrestling, Pokemon, and even racing. These guys have hobby boxes for the serious collectors and packs for those getting started. Graded slabs from PSA, SGC, and if you have a big card to grade, talk to the guys to have your card submitted to PSA. Family friendly and located inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
This is AJ Sayre with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Well, the Bronx slam the door. Berrettini screen pass to Dane Steele, who flips it to Naida Gary, and he did the rest. It didn't look like it was going to go. And all of a sudden, Naida was in the clear, and it was over. The last 35 yards, it was just a foot race. 41-6 Bronx. Gilby to kick it away. Low hammer job out of the back of the end zone, and Thunder will have it at their own 20. 41-12 Bronx as we begin the fourth quarter. Did I say 41-6? It's 41-12, sorry. 41-12 Bronx on the Reign scoreboard as we start this fourth quarter. And for the first time this season, and we were talking about the pregame show with Jeff Mowry, the starting lineup for the Bronx, we're going to get a chance to play into the fourth quarter, and they did. And now they're starting to rotate guys through with the 41-12 lead. So Aguiar will line his guys up, 1st and 10 for Thunder from their own 21st play of the fourth quarter. And he's going to throw, looking deep, and threw it away. I don't know, there's not one wide receiver from Thunder even in the area. So I don't know if that was a busted route. But Aguiar just threw it out of bounds into the Sheridan sidelines, and there was nobody from Thunder Basin in the area. 2nd and 10 for Thunder from their own 20. Hatzenbuehler gets the carry. And about 3. 3rd and 7 coming for Thunder. Again, tonight was senior night for Thunder Basin, and thought it was kind of awful early in the year. And they said, well, talked to some folks from here, and they said, well, our schedule's kind of goofy. Their homecoming's next week. Just the way the schedule's set up for them. 3rd and 7 for Thunder from their own 23. Aguiar to throw. Looking, got tipped and incomplete. Line of scrimmage. And 4th and 7 coming. Thunder will punt. So their punting unit comes out, 4th and 7. And Dane Steele and Dunham out there to return the punt. I would love to see him stick one in. Bronx already have a defensive touchdown tonight, looking for a special teams touchdown. But Kaplan's been kicking away from them all night. And here's the kick. It will be kicked out of bounds, and the Bronx will have it near their own 40, it looks like. Right around that area. Let's see where they're going to spot this. They're going to say the Bronx will have it at their own 36-yard line. So the Bronx leading it 41-12 here early in the fourth quarter. Other than those 3 penalties, this has been like a machine tonight. The Broncs have really gotten it done. Just working it and working it. Another impressive performance so far, Berrettini. From the Bronc 37-yard line. Lines his guys up. A couple of different running backs in there right now. I think Kelton Crow's in there. He's going to split out. And the gives to Grooms, and there's not much there, and loss of a yard. Good defensive penetration that time by Thunder. And it'll be 2nd and 11 for the Broncs. Kelton Crow in the backfield with Grooms. Second and 11. Give it to Crow. Running right with yardage close to a first down. Maybe a little short. Looks like he got 10. He needed 11. And 3rd and short coming for the Broncs. As they spot the ball at the Sheridan 46. Berrettini will go under center on 3rd and short. He'll keep it. Big surge, and he will have the first down. And the Broncs will keep the clock running. 10 minutes to play in the ball game. 41-12 Broncs lead it on the Reign scoreboard, and another first down. And the crowd from Thunder, by the way, starting to exit. Well, it's Friday night. If you get to the restaurants early, you might find a table. Get there early before everybody else shows up. And the give up the middle to Taryn Grooms, and he will have another first down. And he's still on his speed inside the Thunder 30 or 40-yard line to the 35. And Berrettini's out of the game. Todd Gilbertson, the backup quarterback, in there right now. And the Broncs have started to rotate guys through. And I'll bet you that might be the last run for Taryn Grooms tonight. 1st and 10 Broncs at the Thunder 35. Here in the fourth quarter, leading it 41-12. And Ty Gilbertson in there now at the running back spot. Garrett Way is in the backfield with him. And Kelton Crow. 1st and 10 from the Thunder 35. Bring a man in motion. That's Wyatt Phillip. And the give is going to go to the quarterback, Gilbertson. He'll keep it for maybe a yard. Good play fake to Kelton Crow. A gain of 1, 2nd and 9 for the Broncs. Again, keeping the ball on the ground. Keep that clock running. 8.5 to go. Clock running here in the fourth quarter with the Broncs up big. Still Way in the backfield. He'll be the deep back in this set. And Gilbertson will go under center. Quick toss to Way, running right, hit immediately, and down he goes. He'll lose about 4 or 5. And Thunder was all over that play. He had no shot. The ball will be spotted back at the 41, 3rd and long for the Broncs. Well, they'd love to get a first down here, but it's 3rd and 16. Love to keep the clock running under 8 minutes to go in the ball game. Broncs up big, 41-12. Still Way in the backfield with Kelton Crow, along with the quarterback, Gilbertson. Gilbertson will go under center. Toss it to Way, running right, and not a whole lot there. He'll get to the 40. So there was nothing there, maybe a half a yard. And so 4th and 15 coming for the Broncs. And we'll see what they want to do here. They're not going to punt. They'll go for it here. Thunder Basin has a new quarterback on the sidelines warming up. their backup, is warming up right now. Fourth, and we'll just pooch kick it in the air. It's a free ball, and the Bronx will down it at the 24-yard line of Thunder. And it looks like they're going to bring out Hadley Hudson. Hudson will be the new quarterback for Thunder as they come out. They'll take some snaps here with 6:43 to play in the ball game. And the Bronx leading 41-12. They'll switch sides. And now it's a whole new crew out there for the Bronx. And a whole new crew for Thunder. Actually, they're going to keep Aguiar in the game. The starting quarterback's going to stay in the game, actually. Well, maybe they want some more points. Let's see. Aguiar, straight give ahead to the running back. Not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard. That'll be it. On the carry that time for Thunder Basin was Jace Rose. They're going to give him 2 to the 25. 2nd and 8 for Thunder. Six minutes to play in the ball game, clock running. Scalise gets it on the jet sweep. Gets to the outside. He'll have a first down. He'll be driven out of bounds to the Bronx 40. And that will stop the clock with 5:58 to go in the contest. But this one was decided late third quarter when the Bronx were able to answer. Every time Thunder scored in this game, the Bronx answered, bumping the lead to 41-12, and that was it. So 1st and 10 for Thunder at their own 38. Aguiar, bubble screen, got his man, and a gain of about 6 or 7. Thought I saw a flag fly. I don't know if I did or not. Apparently I did not. And a gain of 7, 2nd and 7 coming for Thunder at their own 44. With 5.5 to go, and the Bronx up big. Big one next week. This was a biggie this week. It's even bigger next week. The Bronx will play at Cheyenne East, and they have destroyed every opponent this year in Toronto County. They blasted Thunder Basin. Tonight they were playing a cupcake, so it was a blowout. And we'll see how the Bronx do next week on the road again. And the straight give this time to Rose and maybe a couple more. 3rd and 2 coming for Thunder as he was able to cross the 45-yard line. Clock continues to run. 5 minutes to play. Coming up at the end of the broadcast, we will have the post-game show presented by First Federal Bank and Trust with head coach Jeff Mowry, so stay tuned for that. Highlight show tomorrow. We'll have all the scoring highlights tonight on our website at SheridanMedia.com tomorrow. Kevin Coyle does all that work. It's presented by Century 21, BHJ, and Sheridan and Johnson counties. First guy through is going to be Rose again, and he will have the first down as Thunder will move the sticks. With 4.5 to go. Boy, the Bronx again tonight really dominating. Got another defensive touchdown tonight. The running game was spectacular. One big pass play as well tonight for a touchdown. Aguiar going to keep it himself this time. Here's the thing. You're down 41-12 with 4 to go. Why is your starting quarterback in the ballgame? Only one thing can happen, and it's bad. You get this guy hurt, your season is over. Have no idea why he's still in the game. 2nd and 8 for Thunder on the Bronx side of the field. It's the Bronx 48. Aguiar to throw again. This one will be incomplete. Unless you're trying to pad his stats, I don't know why the kid's still in the game. But I guess I don't make the decisions, but you just kind of wonder. 3rd and 8 for Thunder. Quarterback going to throw again. Aguiar straight drop, gets hit, lets it go, and it's going to be picked off. No, they're going to say incomplete. Looks like it was tipped and picked off, but it was not. Officials are going to say it hit the ground, and that'll bring up 4th and 8 for Thunder. They'll go for it here with under 4 to go. So 4th and 8 for Thunder at the Bronx 48. Aguiar with 4 wides in the set. Long count, going to throw. Under pressure. Rolling left, flag down. We're going to get holding. It doesn't matter if it was caught or not. It's coming back. I think the pass was incomplete. The Bronx will decline the penalty, I'm sure. It's going to be holding on Thunder back at the 45-yard line of Thunder. And the Bronx are going to wave this off and take the ball, I think. Because the pass was incomplete. Holding on Thunder, or the Bronx are going to back them up 10. So I don't think that ball was caught. And they're looking over at the Sheridan sidelines now, and Jeff Maury says, no, we want the ball. So we'll switch sides. So for the last 3:28, the Bronx offense is going to come back out on the field. Tell you what, the impressive performance coming over here to Thunder Basin. Because these cats were laying for the Bronx. The Bronx have really dealt Thunder some ugly losses in the last 7 or 8 years since Thunder became a high school. And once was in the state championship. The other was a semifinal football game over here in the playoffs. And the Bronx crushed their hopes. And the Bronx take over on downs, 1st and 10 on their own 48. Gilbertson will give it up the middle and near a first down. I'm going to get a number for you here on who made the carry, because the Bronx have been subbing guys like crazy. And on the carry that time was Will Greer. So Will's in the backfield right now with Gilbertson. Gain of 9, 2nd and short for the Bronx. Under 3 to go in the ball game. Bronx up big, 41-12. And give it to Greer again, and will have the first down at the 40. And the Bronx will just take their time and run the clock, and Thunder's not going to burn any timeouts. It's time to get out of here. I'm sure that's what they're thinking. But I talked with the athletic director from Thunder, Mike Delancey, who is a super guy today. He and I had a couple of great conversations, and he just treated us great over here and said this was the biggie for Thunder. And, well, the Bolts got their hopes dashed again by the Bronx. 1st and 10 at the Thunder 40. Gilby on the give, and this one's going nowhere. On the carry was Ryan Metcalf, and he didn't have much help there as they really sold out there, and the Bronx will lose 3. But at this point, with 2 minutes to go, the Bronx just want to run the clock here. Because I don't believe Thunder has any willingness to call a timeout. And they are disappointed once again. 2nd and 13 for the Bronx. Clock running near a minute and a half to go. Kind of a busted play. And it's Greer again up the middle. And will take it to the 37-yard line of Thunder. And that'll bring up 3rd and 7. And again, the clock continues to run. And a whole bunch of new players come in. And the Bronx will go into victory formation now. the starters come back in, and Don Berrettini will come in and do the honors. Take a couple of snaps, ball game will be over. Again, coming up, Jeff Mowry, the head coach of the Bronx, will join us on the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show. And coming up tomorrow on our website at SheridanMedia.com, we'll have all the video highlights presented by Century 21 BHJ in Sheridan and Johnson counties. And Berrettini takes the knee. The Bronx, I don't think they need to take another snap, do they? I don't think so. And all that's left is handshakes, and both teams are lining up at the 50 to shake hands. 41-12 Bronx, an impressive night on the road for the blue and gold. And Berrettini will take one more snap officially, and it'll be over. 41-12 is going to be your final. What a great night here at Thunder. Wow. And that'll do it. Handshakes are left. That is it. And the Bronx will be on the road at Cheyenne East next week. Impressive tonight. Other than about 3 really bad penalties, the Bronx just owned Thunder tonight. Really, really dominating the line of scrimmage both ways. Did not let Thunder get off at all. The running game was spectacular. They got a long touchdown pass tonight. Also had the crazy hook and ladder play that kind of capped the scoring. And then, had the pick 6 for the defensive touchdown as well. Bronx wins tonight 41-12. We'll get a break coming up a little bit later on. Stay with us. Jeff Mowry will join us on the postgame show later.
You know what they say, if you're not first, you're last. For all your plumbing demands, choose A-Plus Plumbers and Appliance Repair. Commercial, residential, new construction, remodel jobs, and all repairs in between. A-Plus Plumbers and Appliance Repair, because they are number 1 in a number 2 business. Call 672-9454. That's 672-9454.
First Federal Bank and Trust would like to recognize this week's winner of $1,000 in cash and a $1,000 marketing donation match from Sheridan Media. As part of their community commitment, the Sheridan County Chamber of Commerce is receiving these funds for random drawing.
We're giving $1,000 away every week to a qualified nonprofit organization. Next week, it could be your nonprofit. Visit our website, efirstfederal.bank, for details. First Federal Bank and Trust and Sheridan Media present Community Commitment, member FDIC.